resolving an engage there. And then, of course, when one of those 3 cards is engaged, it's kind of obvious, but they're just going to flip the Doomsday Destruction, and then that card doesn't really do much anymore. So, but it would have been a lot of combination that could have still played around that Doomsday Destruction. Like, if he just has Fallen the Virtuous, if he has Mystical Space Typhoon even, which he is siding with the... Or which he is... I think he is... That's a crazy thing. I think he is side-decking Mystical Space Typhoon, which is a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
But in that matchup, he...
I told him to do that.
Oh, okay, okay. There's a
crazy.
craziness coming from. I mean, in the year of 2026, we are side-decking Mystical Space Typhoon. Come on. I mean, come on. You can't tell me that's real.
I just don't think it's good enough to main deck it, but I think you want it for Vision. I think you need it post-side so that Vision can search you MST to out like accusations, because you want to play around accusation with this deck. You just don't want to just activate engage and have it get negated.
No, I like it. It just saying it out loud. It seems absurd. You got to agree with that, right?
Yeah, okay. All right. Sure.
I know we are fellow unks, and we appreciate the fact that it is there, but it is not necessarily the most obvious thing to see in this year. But now, pressure, of course, on Leo's shoulder will be going first. Will he be able to go uninterrupted again, though? That would be very important. And on top of that, I think post-siding, it gets a lot tougher as players now have Lightning Storm, Harpiest Feather Duster, which are the biggest enemy, really, of the Sky Striker deck at the moment.
Leo does have solemn accusations, I think, of his own.
Hasta la hora que tenga que dormir. Yo solo sé que voy a llegar a mis
tools that
locals
you can
a
draw
las
going first, and
4.
Sky Striker has a lot of draw power, which is good when you have those cards in your deck, right? As long as you can pull off some engages or desires, then you have a higher chance of
Joshua
seeing those
Schmidt, el
cards.
random, y SharkTCG.
Did you tell the story about Leo's accusation already yesterday?
No, I didn't tell it.
Because it was hilarious. Leo, last minute scrambling because he is about to change to Sky Striker for his main event deck, and realizing that Solemn Accusation might be a really, really good card to bring in that deck. So he's on the lookout for accusations. Triff just pulled Solemn Accusation from his tournament entry pack, so Leo's like, bro, can you borrow me the Solemn Accusation for the tournament? And Triff's like, bro, take it. I'm gifting it to you. It's my gift to you, to the French. No, not that. But and so he actually just gifted it to him, signed it in the process of it. So Leo is bringing a signed Triff copy of Solemn Accusation, hopefully into his starting hand here in Game 3. Or maybe as an engage draw. I will accept that as well. Gotta accept it. Probably better that way, to just have more access to plays on the starting 5. It was quite funny, though, and Leo also, of course, couldn't really believe it, but yeah, luckily he did get those accusations now. It's tough. I don't want to be on Leo's shoes right now because the pressure is on, but I'm sure he can handle it.
It's nerve-wracking with Sky Striker in particular, I feel like, because that deck never has a guaranteed win, even if it goes first. There are some decks out there where you're just like, okay, you know, I win. If I go first and I draw a good hand, I'll just always win. With Sky Striker, you always have to like fight until the last second of the match. Like it's always like, okay, even if like in game 1, even if you have a good opener like that, if your opponent's hand is good going second, Lightning Storms and so on and so forth, you still have to like really fight to get that win. So we're gonna see how it goes, I guess.
A Joshua streameando el Nacional de Francia.
Looking around, what's going on?
Porque ellos son los casters oficiales en inglés.
Yeah,
Lo invitaron a Joshua y a
Sure, if we lose this round, we're still absolutely in contention.
A narrar el Nacio de Francia.
Nice to get this 10-0 start.
Va a estar chido que te inviten a narrar un Nacio de otro país, la neta. Sí, jalaría.
Second day of the French National Championship.
Okay.
Bring it on.
Okay. Azul de l'air.
Free.
Just barely can't see the draws there, the way he's holding his hand.
He's hiding them.
Makes it more exciting.
Engage. Vision
in draw phase, baby.
Oh, I see a draw in Lockbird. I do see a draw in Lockbird.
I mean, even better that we have the vision in draw phase, man.
Yeah.
Oh, tirar una
crown. Okay.
Trampa, draw, Lara,
otherwise you would like
Drastea y Bella. Sí, ¿no?
Plot of Desires. Having this early, though, is dangerous. Like, if you have to start off with this card, it's not guaranteed. Handing the deck over after already banishing 10 cards is
Leibniz gave una trampa.
And
creo que era warning la trampa.
Is going to see that Roland Lockbird, and it is resolving.
Called by cross out, called by cross
Oh,
out.
but
No,
we're
para ver la
looking into the
mano,
hand.
okay.
That is a way to deal with it.
El
Oh,
aro de la
that's one
estrella,
starter.
trampa y bella. Puede ser bella.
You're definitely going second.
The question is,
that.
does Leo know that that's
Give me
one
that.
starter? Because we're going into the tank.
We are reading this.
I hope they're not French.
There's Ghost Spell. I mean, yeah, you just have
Ghost
to
Spell,
accept
si
the
tiene...
fact that you're zero
No,
will be
no tiene
vulnerable to a
caso.
Ghost Spell. Maybe
Que
you don't
sir-
even go
marque
into zero when you know that they have it.
It's such a, like, it depends on Leo's hand, but if you just take away the Alara here and
You
you have
definitely-
one way to cover for one of the top decks, you're good.
Yeah. That is the way to do it, Elara. Come on, bro. One is level 4, one is level 8. Surely you gotta go with the level 4.
Sí, claro. Tienes que irte por el nivel 4.
We're almost there. It gotta be that one.
It's the only starter.
Tiene que ser el level 4, ¿no? Sí. Tiene
And
que ser el Lara.
we have
Sí.
done it. Yeah, success.
Que
Yeah,
stream
but
tan
this is
non bias
decent
apoyando a su
to see
propio
there.
amigo.
You love to see
I
the
mean, you're
one
very
starter
happy.
ad.
That's non-engine. Doomsday Destruction is an engine
Que empieza a agarrar
requirement.
las cosas
and Drastia
de
is
la mano
just an
tupita como si
extender.
fueran suyas.
So
Yeah.
literally one Widow Anchor here on a potential like normal summon top deck.
Sad
and
one.
you're
Ska-
probably
Sad
sé que había
good to
unas...
go.
How much more?
Un
Set
strike.
free. Ah! Pump fake the third set. I like it. I like it. Got the moves.
No,
Oh,
no,
it's
right.
a
That's
raid.
good to have. That's good to have. Pass.
Just passes like that.
Tomás did
robó.
not seem happy there.
Sí,
I
sí,
think from
robó
the
algo
draw.
que no le gustó. Un poco
Oh,
expresivo.
raid
el
phase.
Tomás.
I think we're going to end phase. We're going to end
Yeah,
phase.
we're in end phase. We're in end phase. I think.
Leo is doing it.
I think we're in end phase.
Leo is doing it for the casters.
Shizuku in end phase
Oh
is
my,
crazy.
the old technologies.
That's
The
good, I love that.
technologies.
That is a
The old
2019 move
Rey
right there.
común para que duela.
Absolutely. This is the greatest day ever. Let's go. He is just
Y
making it
cero
happen.
se va a ir a México, la verga del Leonard.
Leo, you can't even wait. We are in the main phase now. I am
Linkage.
resolving this engage. And we are searching for linkage.
All right, now I think it's unlikely for Leo to find 8,000 damage.
¿Quién
He-
sabe
it's
si
not
tengo otro
unlikely,
dólar,
but
no?
there's a bell for a Kagari or zero tag out,
True.
so it's not guaranteed. Oh, okay.
Double engage.
All right.
Yep, he might be the striker goat.
Another linkage. Okay, I mean, that makes it more likely again. We could just have
Yeah,
multiple
otra
linkages.
vez.
And
Oh,
Tomás has seen enough.
man.
Next card was a called by the grave. And Leonard König, your fellow German caster, moves on to a 10-0 record
10-0.
with
Unreal.
Sky Striker. I mean, I love
Increíble.
to see it.
I love
I
it.
love to see it. And for this particular one, normally this is where we would cut to the backup feature because they now do a winner's interview that we can't understand because they're usually in French. This one, however, I have a feeling we'll be able to understand, unless Leo speaks fluent French.
He was practicing.
Oh.
More than his Doomsday matchup, I can tell you.
Well,
but
you know, even then, I would love to see that one. So we'll wait for the winner's interview, and then we still
for
have
sure.
some time. Because that was not the longest match, even though Sky, I mean, it was 3 games.
For
and
strikers?
Sky Striker was involved.
sure.
But for Sky Striker standards, you know, anything that's under, let's say,
Es
an
que
hour
viene,
is
¿verdad?
pretty
Sí,
good.
güey.
Yeah, and I think actually
¿Qué onda,
I also
Pocho? ¿Cuántas
saw there
rondas
was a
son?
trap card in his.
Verga,
in
creo
his
que eran
background, so
14
he also
rondas.
had
It may have been the
15.
Triff accusation, actually.
I would have loved to see that the signed Triff copy there. That would have been the best thing
Because
ever.
yesterday he told me every time he drew the Triff accusation, he's like, dude, I won with the signed Triff accusation on...
The accusations are true. It is a Triff copy signed by Triff. But, well, 10-0.
Yeah.
This is massive.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's 3 10-0 players remaining now at this point. So, funnily enough, Leo might get down paired again, which would be ridiculous. But, I mean, he might also just play table 1 as he deserves, to be fair.
I mean, if you win, then it doesn't matter if you get down paired all the time. You just keep winning. Your tiebreaker isn't relevant. So
Yeah, if you just go XO, whatever.
10-0. Reminder: we're playing 15 rounds. And
Todos
you
los años
do
y los
need
que
a
se ven las veces de
13
juego de
and 2
manera
record
competitiva.
at the minimum to
Sí.
make top
Yes.
8. And not even everyone with 13
Harvey
and 2
Rayos
is
está ahí contra
guaranteed
Skype al
into the top
Conti.
8, I
Güey, yo
think,
siempre traía Harvey y
depending on how
Rayos.
things
No sé
go,
por qué la gente
with the
apenas lo
tiebreakers.
está...
True.
Bueno, es que yo que
I
juego
mean,
Master
for
Duel
Leo,
sé que
10-0
el
start
Sky le
getting
duele
into
esta cosa.
tiebreakers is gonna be
Pero
very
pues
good.
el que juega Accusation, Judge
So
me.
13 and 2 is likely going to be enough for him to make it, which means in 5 rounds now, all you have to do is go
Dejen-
3 and 2.
Pido algo de cenar para
This is looking massive, and I feel like
que no me dé
it is
tanta hambre
magical weekend here in
mientras
France. He
streameo.
is going to make it happen.
You think so?
I mean, he was already
Talents
joking
to
yesterday that the one time I now do well at a big tournament, and like his other majors were
Creo que tenía strike. Si le hacía strike el efecto de Lara.
Top 32, like small,
no puedes jugarlo
top cuts.
de strike.
And now he starts off so crazily good. In some other YCSs, it would have been a guaranteed top already when you start 9-0, 10-0. You would have been basically locked in. Now he still has to go a little away. But I mean, when you have those 10 wins, you have them for a reason.
No
so
tenemos la
tabla
todavía, Nemurín.
Because you are the one.
La he estado buscando en las redes de Francia, pero
no hay. Can have all the confidence in the world right now.
Yeah.
Con esa mano imposible. Pues sí, güey, no puedes. No hay
Drift was 8-1 yesterday. We don't have updates yet on how his round 10 went.
I can have a quick check here.
What 3 players are 10-0? We only know Leo. The other ones are likely still playing, but we know there's...
solo 3 jugadores estaban 10-0.
So table 1 and table 2. I mean, there might be less exos.
O sea, solo van a quedar 2 invictos después de esta.
Always possible.
There could be less undefeated players potentially if one of those tables has a double loss, but yeah.
And I think Triff is also still playing, so...
I mean, yeah, it was a relatively quick feature match, even though it did go the full 3 games.
That's true. Oh, we get some updates in there as well. Of course, there is some World's Grinders in there too. There's a nice little update post there.
Yeah, that's somewhat relevant for me.
Yeah, true. You're looking at that with definitely some hope for next weekend.
Yeah.
Let's say, how much is watching this event and all the statistics and the gameplay you see influencing your decision building for your deck for the next weekend in
Sigo creyendo que es un chingo de gente en el Nacional de Francia, un chingo, como si fuera un...
have like my choices that I
already
talked about.
Puta, como si fuera un YCS.
I was considering, obviously...
Es que fue mucha gente.
Sky Striker is a choice for me. Obviously, I'm considering Cool Tune.
Es que Francia es el lugar más que más gente juega Yu-Gi-Oh en el mundo.
Yeah. And all of those decks are doing well here, but I was leaning more towards
Saqué pasé el Malice y sigo dejando el mismo campo. Se vendrá otro golpe en la siguiente Malice. Muy probablemente Neurin. Hola Chris, ¿podrías contar lo que pasa West Combo o algo de un tramposo? Hola Manuel, Chris con H, con una S. De cómo pasamos de entre maposo a TR maposo.
I pick something else up, but at the moment I've been mostly testing those 3 decks. I've been practicing those 3 decks the most, and from what I'm seeing so far, all 3 of those decks are doing relatively well.
O sea, de Shupin Shu que bajó un double shit en posición de defensa en posición de ataque cuando solo lo baja en posición de defensa.
For sure, but lots of branded in the competition now for day 2 as well. I think we saw a breakdown of the top 256 decks that are still in contention, and Mitsurugi, as previously the most represented deck in the overall tournament, fell off into 3rd or 4th position even, and it's now just clearly branded and Q-Tune on top.
Yeah.
And I think Striker was also like 4th or 5th. It was in there still.
Yeah, so in terms of the conversion rates, we started, Mitsurugi started with 14% yesterday and is at 10% in day 2.
Yeah.
So it fell off a little bit.
Okay.
Whereas Branded and Cool Tune, like Branded started with 9% yesterday and Cool Tune started with 11% yesterday. Both of those decks are over 20% in day 2.
From 9 to 22.
So the conversion rate for both of those decks was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Sky Striker had a little bit of a fall off as well. I think Sky Striker started with like 7% or something and fell down to like 5, something like that. So not a crazy fall off. Oh.
A ver la entrevista.
Vainqueur de la ronde 10, la première ronde qui a été remportée par le deck Sky Striker, mais qui a surtout été remportée par un compère et un ami de toujours, Leonard Koenig, qui
he put the Germany jersey on.
Qui n'est pas encore fluent en français.
He is fluent in French.
Quelques mots de français. Oui, effectivement. Et donc, Leo, what a pleasure to see you there. Like, that's actually insane. I didn't expect you to be there, to be honest, but no, I didn't expect you to be there at the round 10, but you're still here, undefeated with the Sky Striker strategy. Bro, how did you do that?
Okay, so there's a lot behind that. First of all, this is my first big tournament with over 1,000 players in over 8 years. Yeah, so
it's 2,000
price, right? You are always sitting at those big events. You're watching those talented duelists play. But you can't play yourself, right? And so took the chance to go to French Nationals. The atmosphere is amazing. I love the people here. I had so much fun with every single one of my opponents. And
you beat all of them.
I basically picked up the deck that I stopped playing with 8 years ago, right? So Sky Striker, I think pretty good with it back then. Deck hasn't changed too much. I love the deck, dude. And you know, one more thing, yeah? There were so many graphs about Sky Striker being bullied at this tournament, right?
Yeah.
Every single deck is destroying Sky Striker.
I love how Barcode has to translate all of that now.
Ooh, that is a huge statement over here, and I mean you're right. A lot of players.
Pensaba que tenía que adaptar los carteles para que Branded se hiciera. Luego has visto siempre la Branded Fish.
But of course, a lot of players they don't have your talent and they don't have.
Está bien que le quitan la Branded Fish. No lo ocupa el Branded.
And especially in this game, tell us a little bit more about what.
He's laughing about himself.
It's crazy. Classic Leo, yeah.
Semana anda muy alemana para ser la nacional de Francia. Güey, fue gente de todo el mundo. Es lo que me gusta. Pinche nacional de Francia enorme.
My friend Philip Niehaus, co-caster at German Nationals next week, tune in. He explained all of the Doom Z cards to me. Then I proceeded to forget every single one. I just know that the trap basically shuts down my engages, and I like to resolve Sky Striker mobilize engage, yeah? So I was basically praying a little bit there.
It gets religious now.
First. You have so many good interactions, the deck really can't stop you. It's hard for them to resolve Drastea because you have a gazillion ways to remove the Doom Z cards from their field once they use the effect. There's not a lot of ceiling to the deck. Going second,
Es un punto relativamente céntrico por así decirlo. Pues sí. ¿Quién sabe dónde es el nacional de Francia? Ahorita lo vemos. ¿Saben qué parte de Francia? Pues.
Yeah, but the Drastea can't be destroyed for the first time in a turn.
It is true, but you have to pair it with some other cards. Otherwise, it's pretty hard for you. But you still managed to win the game. I got a few questions about your choices, especially the choice to add Pot of Desires to the deck. Of course, you want to generate a lot of resources. You want to just gain the advantage over a few turns, and then just, just strangle the strategy of your opponent. Why did you decide to add the Pot of Desires? And why did you decide to play it
because it draws two cards
as a first play, literally during the last game?
Okay, so the choice behind Desires, Josh talked me into it. And Desires, back in the days, I did not love Desires that much. There were so many mirror matches, and that's a guaranteed side out. If you don't side out Desires in the mirror match, you could have seen it in the backup featured match, you end up banishing your important one-offs. But Pot of Desires is very important for the ceiling. It's very important after siding as well, because you need to find your accusations versus those breakers, right? So Pot of Desires gives your deck a higher ceiling. It's one more spell that you can get into the graveyard. There's ways to chain, like linkage to it. You need to have some normal spell cards that you can just activate, then maybe send to the graveyard. Also, playing two rows, it kind of slaps, right? people try so hard to banish your first rows from the graveyard, and then they're like, ha, their zero is dead. And then you go, yeah, zero effect. Boom.
So you like to play two rows. Indeed, I don't really like rows, to be honest. I mean, going second, it has some plays, sometimes you can use it. But do you play as well two Lemnis Gate?
Yeah.
So you double every single card?
Oh, yes. Lemnis Gate, okay, Lemnis Gate, I will be honest, it is basically in my hand every single game. Or at least in every match I draw it. It's not the best draw, I will say that. But you kind of want it. I had games where I banished them with, both of them with Desires. Of course, Desires has some risks to it. But the upside of drawing two cards in Sky Striker, you have seen how it went on, right? I drew two cards with Desires, then you find your Visions, you find your Engages, you find Talents, you find all of those good cards. And that's where you just overrun your opponent. If they are opponent like Cool Tune, okay? Cool Tune plays so many low impact hand traps, right? Because they can synchro with them. You just trade off 5 of their hand traps in their hand, and then you still end up with 8 cards. Deck is really strong. That's my best matchup.
A lot of cards. Basically, you want to draw a lot of cards and to get your engine
rolling. Cierto, es un match.
It worked for you. I've got another question about the solemn accusation. So we saw it being activated against you.
He's so happy.
This is a great card to include in
the like, oh, you won't believe what I'm about to tell you.
First, post side, a lot of players will just activate some Feather, some Lightning Storms, which are the must-use cards in the Sky deck in the tournament. Do you actually play this card, and how do you find it? How do you like it?
So Accusation is the best card in the side deck.
Okay.
100%. Not only versus breakers. Yes, I have banished some Lightning Storms in this tournament. But also, Cool Tune has a really hard time.
Aprende su juego y lo que juega bien con los Desires, ya no hay banda que muestre su deck después de cursar el primer día como lo llegó a hacer yo. Está bien.
Very, very easy way to win the game against that deck.
Ahora con las redes
I saw that.
Los mensajes súper rápido.
Spoiled it.
And I said, hey bro,
Imagínate.
Can you lend it to me? Because I only have 2 right now. And he signed and said, it's my gift.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. It would be absolutely insane to see both of you just try to fight each other during the top 8.
Finals Leo versus Trip.
Oh. Imagine he beats Trip with anchor plus the signed accusation. Oh my god.
Maybe, but
no.
Now you are still on your way to the victory, probably. Do you feel confident in the fact that you can just win it all?
You know, after 8 years of having a break from really competing in big events and being sick the last 2 weeks, so I thought, okay, well, this is going to go to the bins, right? This is not going to be the best event. But so far I'm doing quite well. I know what I'm doing with my Sky Striker cards at least, even though I don't know Doomsday cards apparently. But I think I have a shot.
You have a very good shot, to be honest.
I know, of course.
You have a lot of hope on your shoulders, to be honest, because you are in the casters team, basically. So, I mean, it would be great to show that casters can actually win things. I'm going to root for you.
Tapping the Germany logo.
Can I shout out some people?
You can, actually, of course, bro.
Okay, first of all, shout out to my co-commentators. Yeah, Barcode here, amazing guy. Thank you for doing this coverage for us, for all of us. Thank you to Lumpy and friends, Team Kuchen, Team Trend. All of those people who supported me, and most importantly, shout out to the haters who thought I was washed.
Mesdames, messieurs, c'était Léonard Koenig, caster, commentateur, host, mais également dueliste.
That was a shout out to me, let's go.
Nous allons retrouver d'autres duellistes d'exception très bientôt. On va, avant tout ça, retourner vers le caster.
Josh not mentioned? No, I was the hater who thought he was washed. That he meant me. It was for me.
Oh my, wait. Why are they muted?
Well, because they speak French. So we only have the music.
We got
the technology for that, yeah. on our broadcast, we don't have the commentary for the matches.
Oh my, that was a nice interview. I'm glad I stayed for that.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was really fun to watch. Oh man, he's enjoying this. And I mean, also, of course, he knows what to give for an interview as well. Like, as he is usually on the other side, doing the interviews, has done plenty of them.
He knows what they want.
He knows what they want, and also, like, he knows how to make it entertaining, of course. And I think he definitely delivered there. Oh my, let's go.
All right, so I think we should be moving over to the backup feature in a second.
Okay.
Oh no, Leo's coming here.
Feature match.
I'm gladly switching out for Leo.
Yeah,
all right. Have a chat.
Get him in here.
Hello.
Hello.
Timeout was just called, so I don't have much time.
Okay, tell me about that.
But, whoa, what a game, huh? It's very much game 1 you tried to play. Game 2 I really couldn't play. Game 3...
It was a little bit you go first, you win type match, but they happen sometimes. And I did see a trap card in your hand in game 3 as well, so I think you were ready for even like a lightning storm or something like that.
Yeah.
But we were basically the most nerve-wracking situation for Lampy and myself was when you activated talents, and we were hoping you would figure out that the Alara is the only starter in their hand right now. And we were like, I'm not. Like, I saw the hand, I was like, oh, that's one starter. But I'm not sure if Leo knows that.
Yeah, I knew.
Okay.
I know Drastea because I played versus Icentrix before, right? And I saw him activate.
Oh yeah, you were testing in the lobby on Thursday, and okay.
He used Drastea on one card on the field, and then I Lemnis gained both.
So I figured Running no está tan chido.
You can keep the Drastea.
Necesitas la batalla.
On Thursday, so I'm gonna beat it again right here.
Para limpiar mesa necesitas batalla.
No, that's awesome, dude. I'm so happy to see a Sky Striker doing well after we saw the statistics yesterday.
They haven't played me yet, huh?
I did say Sky Striker is one of the harder decks to play, so of course you're going to have some people who are newer to the deck, maybe picked up the legendary modern decks, and those people are going to, of course, also be included in that statistic. But we're going to have to wait and see how it does on day 2, because I do think, including yourself, a lot of the people who are still in the tournament with Sky Striker are going to have a pretty good experience with the deck. So.
Yeah, I mean, the Cool Tune matchup is really good.
Have you played? How many Cool Tunes have you played?
1. I played 4 in the 3v3 and only 1 in the main event. The branded matchup is really tough, game 1.
Yeah, how many did you have?
3.
Oh, God. And you beat all of them?
Yeah.
That's tough.
So first time I went first, and then I had like Crown Droplet, so they couldn't play through that.
And in the other games, I lost game 1.
Game 1 is hard because you also you don't main Shark Cannon, do you?
No, they just make Dogma and then I lose. And then afterwards, I have some techs against it. Yeah, I like the Shark Cannon. There's this one guy, I banished all of my engage with desires, so I played Shark Cannon Turbo. Yeah? I just went Kagari at Shark Cannon activate, 0 at Shark Cannon activate. So that was a lot of fun. But I think the deck has tools against everything. Going second versus Doomsday, tough though.
It is hard. Yeah, it is hard. Well, yeah, okay. I mean, it's awesome to see you. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I do think your next round is going to start soon, and we did also already have that amazing interview, so I don't have any questions left to ask because you already answered everything.
Thank you so much. Also, shout-outs to Emre. He lent me the accusations.
Okay.
And Esther Dog. Okay. Bye.
Okay, chat. That was a very, very fun first round of the day. I hope you are enjoying the coverage so far. You heard it, the pairings, or rather timeout was already called for round number 10, so we will be back with more updates on how some of your favorite players have been doing. We're going to go for a short break, and then Emre should be back here for round number 11 as well, unless he's out on the floor again doing some matchup tracking or whatever. So yeah, we'll see when we'll be back in a few minutes. It shouldn't be a long break because round 11 is coming up very shortly. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Ok, ya la saben, en lo que inicia el stream, o más bien la siguiente ronda, vamos a jugar Master Duel. Para matar el tiempo. Pinche deck tóxico el Sky. ¿Cuándo es mantenimiento? 25 la noche de mañana del lunes. Va. Debería ir pidiendo la comida porque sí me está dando mucha hambre. A ver. Ogra Bellar. Maybe, maybe not. La bella puede ser clutch aquí. Shit. Creo que pierdo. Sí, pierdo ese. Robotó Banquis no está tan golpeado. No está tan golpeado. O sea, Raizen está a 2. Yokul está a 2. Holy está a 3. Entonces no está tan golpeado que digamos. Está más libre aquí que en TCG, obviamente. Yo creo que pierdo, pero en lo que me convean. Voy a verlo de mi comida. Con Resident 2 el deck juega muy bien. Sí, güey, con Hola 3, güey. Con el caso de los K9 hasta 3 también. Mira. Está libre. Aquí tendría un número 2 o 1 si estuviera limitado o semi-limitado. No está tan golpeado el deck y lo veo poquito. ¿Cómo que lo ves poquito? El Vanquish Kenai lo veo poquito. Es que el pedo del Vanquish Kenai es que sí le duele un poco ya 2 segundos. Porque ya sabes que no juega mucho non-engine en este formato. No he hecho Sarisha, ¿verdad? Casi por meses y ese mano. Sí, man. Yo insisto, estoy haciendo tiempo en lo que... En lo que pido algo de comer y en lo que me decido, más bien. Ah, mira. ¿Está que estás viendo el qualifier de España? ¿Hay qualifier? ¿Qualifier te refieres a nacional o literal regio? Robó todo, vale verga. Por eso no me hice Sarilla, porque ya tenía shifter. Una gringa de rachera, suena bien. Y un hook doble tal vez. Está bien. No me cobran envío. Luego pierdo dado. ¿Es el nacional? Verga, no lo vio. ¿Por qué el puto Julio no está allá? Era 122, ¿verdad? Va. Bueno, voy a pedirme comer. Era una gringa y un hot dog. Nada mal para no cenar tan pesado. Bueno, eso de ganar un duelo tirando un Baylor mientras pides de cenar está chido. Ya. Tirlaments en gran 26. Aquí tienen que quitar los libres. Mano buena. Teoría. Ah, es Sky. Espera la main, ¿tendrá rol? ¿Tendrá talents? Yo creo que sí tiene talents. El gancho es... ¿Que vaya el rey o linkage? Find the... Epstein, ¿por qué? ¿Cyanos? Puedo ser Baylor. Por jugar a la Sky. Y luego le puedo hacer Cherry. Bueno, me tengo que hacer... Para que no me meta a cagar. Mandó la tal en el cementerio. Sí está raro. Siento que porque como no le tiré a Ash, dijo, ah, pues vale verga, ¿no? No juega su propone, entonces no está. O ha de tener otra. No creo que sea tan pendejo como para no tener otra. Yo, si tiene otra, pues ya me ganó. Solo me ve la mano, me quita la KTS. ¿Por qué no hizo Rose? ¿No puede ser Rose? ¿No puede hacer Rose? Cae en el bait de que era stream de White. Es stream de Nacio, güey, mira. Pero pues todavía no comienza la siguiente ronda, güey. Tengo que esperar. Pues quitar a Shizuku no es mala idea, pero necesito que resuelva eso. En el Nacional de España no lo verás. ¿Dónde lo transmiten, chicos? Díganme. No lo quería ver, pero ya díganme. ¿Viste los supuestos tramposos del White? Pero ¿cuál? O sea, vi muchas cosas de esta mierda. Si robo un starter, ya gané. Cualquier starter. Starter. Supongo que lo de Croco. Parece Croco. Con 2 tuners. También Shupin Shu hizo una jugada que no podía. A ver. Vamos a ver si le triggeré algo. Por favor. Por favor. ¡No! No es tan malo como pensé. Según utilizó su smartwatch para que le mensajera las cartas en la mano de su regalo, eso creo que fue. Ese es otro que escuché. Ah, caray. El güey sí es de Columbus. Al final les tribu un chavo que le brilló su smartwatch y dicen que le pasaban info al rival. Ese sí lo vi. Ese sí lo vi. No creo, te soy sincero. Pero no me consta. Verga, si me hace gancho, ¿qué hago? Añado KTS, ¿no? Si me hace gancho, pierdo, ¿no? Pues no era gancho. ¿Quién sabe qué era? Vision, qué sé yo. Bueno, se rifó la Cherry. Todavía no comienza... No, todavía no comienza. Yo vi la de Shopping Shoe, vi la que ustedes dicen, pero no sé si hay otro más tramposo, que tú dices del crocosaurio con 2 tuners. ¿Qué pedo con Estados Unidos? Ah, estaba más fuerte en la ciudad de Francia. ¿Ven? Bella fuga no está mal. ¿Te parece Mirror Match? Oh yeah. ¿Lanzó la talent para no lanzar toda la mano? No sabemos ni cuál era la seteada, güey. Así de malo era el chaval. O sea, si me dices que la seteada era muchísimo mejor. Ah, ya tiene la fusión en la mano. Va. Y el de España solo busco como NACIONal Valencia, Spanish. Va. ¿Qué tiene la mano? Maxi, Ash, Volby. Ah, ya. No, me tienes que dar 2 robos, hijo de la verga. Nada de que te la quieres esquivar. De hecho, el stream de Francia lo estamos viendo en Twitch. Porque ahí lo está transmitiendo en inglés Joshua. Que nos aprendo más con Joshua, les voy a ser sincero. 1, 2 para revivirse. Sí, ¿no? Según yo tengo que negar nada más el block. El Galan Granite. ¿Pero me puede clavar varón? 7, 9, no me clavaron todavía. Pero luego me puede clavar varón. El de España está la versión con castas españoles, pero narran muy feo. Entonces, ¿no lo ponemos? Te va a dar robos. Pero me puede clavar baronesa luego. Pero juego Morner y Baylor, entonces es mejor que lo haga. ¿Estará jugando el Julio Bolas el de España? No lo está jugando. Ayer me escribió para lo de la lista de Q2. Y no estaba jugando su nacional. Y yo así de no seas mamón. Ah, bueno. Ese ya medio me jode, bueno, medio. ¿Te va a dejar su Ghost Monster Patch y la Tota? Bueno, al final ya no lo hice. Lo bueno es que le voy a romper la otra Quick Play. Y puedo pasar a batalla si quiero para... Este no me acuerdo que así. ¿Qué removí? Pausa. Nada mucho el enlace de Francia, ¿Baila? IP. ¿SP? Ah, me da 2 robos, es cierto. Ya, bueno. Doble fuga por the win. Let's go. Sigue en pausa el nacio. Hazlo sufrir, puto deck sobrevalorado. En Master Duel tienen baronesa, elfo, Block Dragon. Pura mierda. Oh, por fin ganamos dado. Ya tocaba. Decente. Me duele una fuga, claramente. Mirror, KT. ¿No? No hay fuga. La R está chambeando de más. Ojito, si te has sacado de pedos la parca. Pues hace ratito no estuvo tan mal. Como sabes que lo que te enfrentas es Vanquish, Kultun y más Sky, pues no está tan mal. Dormouse, está pura mierda, robó 3 one-offs. Porque Marcher estaba... Ok, según yo gano Dormouse, Marcher, Rabbit, Talent, Callback. Va. Según yo gano, puedo negar Talent, Callback, le hago Bella, bla bla. Ok. In fact, la Talent está 3, No necesito Ash, según yo, porque... Pues no. Según dice que no hay hackers, mira esa mano. No hay hackers, güey. Sí, es suerte, a veces pasa. No puedo clavar remix, tengo que ir a huevo tengo que ir por Ash. Más bien, tengo que ir por Ash y KT se tiene que ir por el campo.
Hello gamers.
Ay, ya empezó la ronda.
Look who's back.
Ahorita la pongo.
It's we've got rid of Lampy and Leo, and we have Emre back in the booth. Welcome everybody for round number 11.
Ahorita la pongo.
And I can already spoil. We're gonna have a familiar face on stream that we saw yesterday, and we're gonna see them face off against the deck that you told me about right now. That's pretty interesting to see if it's true. It wasn't weird to see it last format, I'll say that much.
And it has branded cards in them.
It does have branded cards in it very often, yeah. And it was a very, very common deck last format, but it's not very common this format.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that we're gonna see that deck. And we are featuring 2 duelists that are 9-1. So, dude, I hope it's true because you realize if it's not that deck, then I just talked a whole lot of nothing.
Imagine it's like it's random, even though it's on your slate. No, I was walking past the top tables last round because Marco was here.
Yeah.
And I've seen Samir's opponent. Little spoiler, he won French last week.
Yeah.
With that deck that he's playing today.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I don't know how good the deck is this format.
Honestly, it's probably the deck I expected the least to see on. I mean, at this point, we can say it's Draco Tail. It is. We're gonna see Draco Tail here, 9-1 at the French National Championships in the hands of a very good player.
Yep.
And he's gonna be up against Samir Bahar, who we did see on stream yesterday. So I was a little confused when I saw Samir walk up to the feature stage again. We featured him in round, I think it was round 8. So like 3 rounds ago. And I was like, what is he doing here again? And then you told me what the opponent is playing. I was like, okay, that makes some sense. That is very interesting. So I wonder what direction of Draco Tail we're gonna see. Like, do you feel like what do you do with Draco Tail?
Bájale volumen, necesito pensar. Voy a hacer remix, me encadena colva y le hago ya, va. Yo hago clavo loudness, levanto. Si me encadenó algo más, no importa, lo puedo destruir. Si me encadena la rabia. A la tele tengo que negar con RS. Sí, la tele tengo que negar con RS. Tengo que clavar back to back para jugar más. Sí, ok. La puedo destruir, sí, cierto. Sí. Ok. Okay, talent, rabbit, match, mago. Ok, tengo que... Pues voy a añadir la Ash, no pasa nada, ¿no? De todas formas. Invoco, destruyo. Talent, robo. Bla bla, clavo loudness. Levanto, destruyo. No levanto. Magicians, dejo, back to back, regresa. Ah, no, porque ya no. Pero bueno, sí podría clavar back to back todavía. ¿La Ash me serviría de algo? No. Ah, no, sí necesito. Ah, no, por ahí tengo la rota. No, está bien. Yo creo que estoy. Voy a añadirme Ash. Ahorita pongo el stream. Racita, un segundito. ¿Cómo juego alrededor del Loudness Wars? Es cierto. No, alrededor de... Tengo que hacer... De Magicians. Magicians, Talent, Marche, Rabbit. Si me hace Marche, yo tengo que encadenar y clavar back to back luego. Porque si no, me toma la back to back, pero no llega a nada, según yo. Magicians, no, bueno, sí puede revivir y todo eso, es cierto. Pero no creo que sea tan pendejo como para no hacerlo. Igual puedo levantar la carta, sí es cierto, con la marcha, y ya le falta el body extra. No, sí estoy bien. Estoy bien. Ahorita ya gano rápido. ¿Cuánto están las malis el Master Duel? La neta no sé. Creo que están caras. Pero es que está todo golpeado, Cancún. Ahorita ponemos el Nacio, De una vez les digo, es Mitsu contra Kyutun. Casi todas están a uno. Casi todas están a uno. A ver si lee la línea. Si no me activa efecto, yo levanto. Me hace talent, me toma. No pasa nada. Ok. Sí. Y yo ya tengo follow-up asegurado. Sí, justo. Ah, que puedo enviar shifter esa mierda, sí es cierto. Vamos a regresar ahorita al directo. Carácter Master está igual que en físico, le faltan las armonias. Así que Master como los tipos radiante castigo. Le hubiera dado tibio leve. Ah, juegan las 3 trampas, Dios mío. Puto brictas. lag? No entiendo. Ya empezó nada más quedando terminando este duelo. Te robarás. No me sirve eso. Ah, ya perdí. Dale.
It is only a 2 of. There's ritual in hand, not Aramasa.
Oh, me hizo SP antes. No me. No me puede matar.
Oh, okay. I thought they would discard the ritual. Okay, then it makes a lot more sense. Yeah, then it's just GG's. Then all you have to do is pop the Murakuma with the mix, and then
bounce the thesis. Or do you even want to bounce it? Probably not, right?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's a ritual spell plus ritual spell, so.
Este lo gana Kilton, ¿no?
So we are going to.
Sí, lo gana Kilton.
Okay, yeah. Yep. And I think basically when Raphael drew the opening hand, it was like, if it's not Mitsurugi, I lose, and then it was Mitsurugi.
Yeah.
So
sometimes the stars have to align for you to win. I was really surprised that I didn't see a lot of Mitsurugis at the top tables, even though it's the most represented deck of the national.
It is not the most represented deck.
¿Por qué no podrá el TIF?
Do we have the?
We did have the stats earlier.
Buena
I
pregunta,
looked at it with Lampy. Yeah, I don't have them on the PC. I can't show them on stream, but it was Mitsurugi is down to 10% from 14 from yesterday, and the most represented decks in day 2 are Cool Tune and Branded.
Los decks más representados son Kilton y Branded, nada
nuevo. The rate for both of those decks was very, very good. So
Mitsurugi se va a poner más fuerte cuando lleguen todos los primos de
Hawkiri. Went from 11% up to 22. So the conversion rate really good there, and
porque guardan lo mejor para el final.
Branded, it went from 9% to like 20%.
No sé qué emoji quisiste enviar, pero no se ve.
Like, it exploded. It exploded in popularity, or not popularity, but in conversion rate.
Versus VSK9, I haven't seen the single one.
I saw it in the YCS Columbus stream. I saw a Vanquish Soul K9 was featured, and I think it did win. At least the game I watched, it won. But in this tournament, I haven't seen one.
Son 15 rondas.
But when we say,
ayer fueron 9, hoy serán 5.
There was 3,200 players here, and we basically we don't have a lot of time to go and check. So like it doesn't necessarily mean much.
Debería de topear sin Harmonias para que la Masterclass esté respaldada. Güey, están jugando Harmonias. No te dije, sí te dije ayer, güey, que estaban jugando Harmonias.
I think there always was.
En los 100 sí, pensé que serían más por los pinches 3200. Según vi en la página que organiza el Nacio, que fueron 2900.
Okay, I didn't say that, but...
Maldito vende humo. A ver, Super Poli, Imper, Aramasa y no me acuerdo cómo se llama.
The good news is we drew
Mirror.
triple non-engine going first. The bad news is we have just Aramasa, and this Aramasa
Delta?
needs to resolve, which it did.
There is no hand trade. There's
a bell, I think.
Bell, pero no creo que haga mucho.
But that is...
Solo saca una necra.
I mean, this is like...
Pues iba
it's weird, because if you don't get interrupted...
Oye, hay que conseguir crowns. Me late la idea,
But triple non-engine plus
como perdió se dice Super Poli y tiene un Murakuma.
You don't get interrupted.
Pues ya ves, güey.
But then if your opponent has
El recovery, güey, infinito.
All of a sudden it looks...
Hay que conseguir crowns. Juega crowns tú también. No sé por qué no andas jugando crowns.
Okay, so we...
Hasta tú deberías jugar crowns, güey.
And Saji now.
Yeah,
so...
I think it's just tribute a big guy here.
Yeah, but that gets belled, and then we also...
Then they use mirror.
Yeah, we can use mirror if you tribute a big guy here.
La bella va a estar rica ahí. No, porque de todas formas tiene mirror. Él no sabe que tiene mirror.
I think there is a bell at least. I can't quite tell.
I think I saw bell as well.
It's Delta? It's driver.
Re-engine.
Okay.
Oh, we let the Murakumo.
¿Es driver?
Interesting.
Pues sí tiene que resolver Murakumo. Porque
I don't think
no se va a revivir. Sí,
I thought maybe they want to bell
the mirror.
But what if he doesn't search mirror?
Yeah.
Pero de todas formas...
I mean, they did have the mirror already, so you can bell it now, but the prayers is still gonna guarantee play. And now they know that they have two ways
no mames, que no le haces
so they allowed the
bella
mirror to resolve, and now that bell
a
is
la
gonna
mirror.
cost you 2 cards in hand.
That's always the
Tiene
worst
drivers,
feeling
sí,
when
tiene
you
drivers,
hand
estoy
card
seguro.
that's not even that great in
It's
that
just,
moment.
it's weird because it was a 1-card combo versus 1 hand trap, but it was just not a hand trap that you can use in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. That's the thing I like about Bell. It's not that like, oh, I negate your starter and I hope you can't play the game. You have to actually find a good spot.
Pero
for
ya se buscó la trampa,
good.
entonces ya de nada sirve
I like it as well.
But of course, when your opponent draws just 1 starter, you would rather
just have an Ash or a Veiler.
Just have one, yeah.
Es que va a
We
tributar,
activate
güey.
prayers here, which is interesting because we
¿Aramasa?
already used Murakumo and Habakiri's graveyard effects. So if we tribute here, we get a search and a summon, but we can't actually keep going with the Mitsurugi stuff.
Pues Kusanagi. Sí fue una prayer que no tenía que activar.
I think this was a good bell, actually. This was a good bell.
Yeah, because the cost itself doesn't do anything this time.
Yeah.
So I like belling here, yeah.
We can bell the Kusanagi now, but like that's not nearly as impactful.
Pero todavía tiene
I like
purification,
belling
güey.
the prayers there. I mean, I guess from Raphael's perspective, he doesn't know exactly what's in Francois' hand. We just add back prayers here.
¿La bella para cuándo? ¿Para el siguiente match? ¿El siguiente torneo? Ya es para el
We
siguiente
can now go
nacional.
for a rank 4, which could be a Dugaris to try and draw more non-engine.
Could also be Baguska, right?
Could be Baguska. I'm not even sure if Mitsurugi plays Baguska all the time.
I feel like our hand is so good already.
Yeah, they already have 5 non-engine, but we do want to discard for Super Poly, I guess, because I think they want to set 5.
Yeah.
Driver, mix, call by.
I think that's another prayers. Oh god, not that shifter. Well,
no,
we said goodbye to shifter.
Pues está bien hacer los
And
nombres.
we're gonna set.
Digo, también hubiera hecho Baguska y no hay forma de romper la mesa.
Here?
I wouldn't.
It's this bell on Dynamondo is still really good.
No, porque tiene prayers. Tiene prayers Ash, no está tan mal.
Hold on.
I'm telling you.
Ah, la verga, sí es cierto. Tiene Bella para el...
They called by the Dynamondo.
Ajá, le hace call by al Dyna y Bella a la prayers, pero tiene otra prayers. A ver, ¿la setea? No la va a setear, ¿verdad? No la va a setear.
Yeah, because they need a discard.
No la va a setear. La mano está muy fuerte. El copado terriblemente cansado. Haz del meme. No mames, no seteó la otra prayers. Ya le rompió 2 cartas. Nada malo.
I would also set the impulse.
I think you have to set the impulse, because if you activate it now, you can't use Dynamondo.
Yeah.
So...
El pedo de setear impulse es que te mata una lightning.
It looks pretty dire for them right now, but I think they can win this. Especially with this.
Creo que Rafael puede ganar.
Crazy.
No está jugando alrededor de Super Poly, es lo que no me gusta con la Q. Tendría que revelar mix.
We've got called by...
He has to bell this though, not called by. That's very important.
No, he has to called by this, right? Because you can't...
There's...
If you bell this, you can't call by against prayers, because there's multiple targets. I mean, you can still call by the Murakumo, I guess, but then the
trap is like, yeah.
Tiene que hacerle call by a la...
You have to call by this.
Al Dyna. Sí.
Nice.
¿Por qué fue solo por el Dynamo en lugar del fútbol? No sé, güey, la neta. No sé si está jugando alrededor de Super Poly. Drift trae Super Poly.
Activate prayers.
Ya le se ve ya.
Get belled on that. And I think
Tiene Puri, Super Poly, Imper, Impulse.
That's rough. That does it. I think that does it.
¿Está chido?
I think he's, I mean,
Le costó el misplay.
We can imperm the Q, but then we can't super poly. Next step is track maker. We can impulse the Q, but same thing.
Yeah.
We can let the Q resolve.
But then play through. That was just like last game, right?
Yeah, but there was no imperm impulse.
Yeah.
Like we can of course let the Q resolve and then
Verga, fue clave no tirar la
super
Bell.
poly the board.
Ya sé, güey. Nosotros burlándonos de la Bell.
I do think Cool Tune
Y él sabía que el François iba a dejar mesa terriblemente de la verga. ¿Cuál mostró la Piri? No, la Imper. Pero ya sabes dónde está la Imper.
And super poly. No, I think he said no effect. I think he said no effect. Yeah. Ooh,
le dijo Tunas Triumfu.
That's nice.
Playing around that super poly.
Tunas
well there. And here's the track maker.
¿Buscaste la traducción?
So I guess maybe he doesn't want to use the once per turn Q yet. Rotary, Chainlink 2, track maker, Chainlink 3. Q is going to be Chainlink 1. So we're going to see, even that's another thing
KTS.
About this situation.
Si hace KTS, gana el juego. Ah, no, porque tenía impulso, so cierto. Pero de todas formas añade KTS. Tiene KTS y añade otra KTS.
It's there, and you could also argue if you set it, you can like at some point maybe discard the last card in your hand for super poly, and then they can't search for rotary.
Prayers, impulse. Pero el peor es que ya se va a quedar sin follow up con ese prayers.
All right, we see a second prayers in hand. We see impulse in hand. So this does mean that Mitsurugi does have some follow up guaranteed. However,
la trampa es su follow-up.
Is actually not a crazy one-card combo necessarily, depending on what the graveyard setup is. But also, if the Q just now reveals no good follow-up, then
es KTS.
You know. But I think so the track maker gets impermed here. The rotary can search for Cool Tune Synchro, but that could get impulse. We know one set is the Mitsurugi trap card. We don't know what the other set is. This is a big Q. If the Q reveals two bad draws here, I think Rafael might just win this game.
Yeah.
We add JJ Cool Tune, which I don't think is a phenomenal card into the
¿Tendrá KTS?
Those are two.
¿Que remueves pre-prep?
But that's the second Murakumo. If we banish that,
pre-prep.
That's good.
Yo remuevo pre-prep. Ya la gente juega doble mura.
I would assume that François is
on two. Que 3-3 Super, pues tengo la lista, güey.
There might be two.
Oh, there might be two. That's risky, yeah. That is risky. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't draw.
Pues pasaron la lista.
Yeah, he doesn't draw. They're gonna miss it.
Huh?
They're gonna miss it.
So you just assume because we forgot, they forget too?
Because I forgot. You didn't forget.
Ah, sí, cierto, no puede robar.
There's no way they remember. There's no...
Es el nuevo fichaje de Redemption. No, Cancún, no es el nuevo fichaje, güey.
I mean, the good thing here is if they draw, it's...
Trip pasó la lista y pues pasaron la lista y pues pasaron la lista y nos llegó a nosotros. Y ya, así es sencillo. Matemáticas, hijo.
This is so weak into impulse.
Yeah.
This is so weak into impulse. Maybe we want to bait impulse?
We still have our normal summon.
Yeah, but you have to impulse that. That's the best deal you ever get with impulse. I mean,
sí, pregunto por qué se niega la pre-pre con la Bell. Porque puede recuperar del cementerio monstruo ritual.
Yeah.
Entonces no es cierto que te lo mandó precisamente. Me estafaron.
Yeah.
No, la pre-prep, no la prayer, Eric. Ya.
I think is he out of place?
There's no way that's crazy if that's your you looked at the impulse. No, there's a second Q. Yeah. Oh, but now we get hit by that
Super Puele.
But that's the last play.
Then and they will not draw and
no, that's cooked. Yeah. So you just summon Rico here?
A ver, ¿por qué nada te salen, güey? Levantas una carta, güey.
Because if you hit the Mitsurugi
efecto normal,
güey. Potentially good.
No conozco toda la mano.
It could be annoying in the long run, yeah.
Está raro, juega raro el chaval. Bueno, pero él sabe cosas, yo no sé cosas. Él sí sabe las cosas.
The impulse was in the imperm column? I don't think it was.
Bueno, ya tienes que hacer super poly si no le rompe... Ah, no, pero él quiere que le rompa la purification. Porque si le rompe la purity, ya tiene follow-up asegurado. Sí, tiene que hacerlo.
So risky.
But we're playing into the super poly.
Yeah, because they know that. Right? They don't know that the super poly is the one card that Raphael doesn't know. They know there's a Mitsurugi trap, they know there's a prayers, and it's like, okay, well, go ahead, activate your super poly, because then you're not playing the game.
What does the trap say? You have to, from where if you banish it, special summon one, and then...
Ahí está, le dio la super poly, a huevo.
So you can't activate
another monster or another ritual?
Another monster.
So if they hit the trap here...
Si no la encadena, pierde. Así, pierde.
Super poly and then bring back Murakumo, yes. Which is why I'm saying it's risky.
Yeah.
But then there still is only one
sí, lo tenía que hacer.
Super poly here.
Lo tenía que hacer.
So they're on Theseus and nothing else
for 2 turns,
So as long as they might not be able to play this turn, but as long as Cool Tune has a play next turn, I think they win.
No vaya a robar.
I think they passed.
Yeah.
And they did remember the...
Bueno, voy por mi cena.
So
vengo rápido.
Maybe I'm just...
Ahí me cuentan. Bueno.
I realized yesterday I was laying in bed, I was like, yeah, maybe it's just me.
And that is going to be... I mean, I don't want to speak too soon because there's a driver in hand. Oh my god. There's a driver in imperm. Oh my god. How did this happen? What's the next card? Is that pre-prep? Did we put that to the bottom? They play 2 mirrors. They played 2 mirrors! Oh my god, the 2 mirror technology. And now it's lost. It's over. How did we not have follow-up into the Super Poly?
Bro, that impulse.
What? Well, I said I don't want to speak too soon, and then I spoke too soon. That's crazy. They shouldn't draw. No, this is 2 turns later. They skipped their draw phase last turn, and then Raphael drew imperm. Also, nice driver, by the way. Nice Cyframes. You've been a big fan of the Cyframes all weekend. They've done their job pretty well, and I mean, their job is to lose games for the player who puts them in their deck. And
you have nothing to say other than when you only
mock the other person. Yeah.
But I think that's like an experience that everyone has to go through when they play Cool Tune against Mitsurugi. That the second mirror always gets you at one point, but only once.
Only once.
Like fool me once, shame on you.
Dude, I feel like at this point it's better to not give them pre-prep.
Yeah.
Just in case.
¿Quién ganó?
Just in case. Because what was the other?
Güey, ya todos juegan 2 mirror, güey.
Anyway, it was Murakumo.
I mean,
ya todos juegan 2 mirror, güey.
When they resolved Q, they still thought they had another prayers in hand, right? They didn't know.
Pero
that
no podía robar.
Discard that for
No robó, después dio turno y después robó.
You can lose to, right?
Yeah, probably.
Dice Julio que no está jugando el Nacio de España, que juega el de Portugal.
Okay, I did not expect to be here right now, but we are heading into a game 3. I really thought this was going to be a 2-0 victory for Cool Tune, but they found a way to give us a game 3. So I guess more content. Their content.
Ya había pasado el turno, el Q robó una Imper.
If you lose the 3rd mirror, I think you're...
Por eso no me gusta la Imper en el deck.
Imagine 2 mirrors
porque no es un buen top deck.
You see pre-prep on
you
top.
get pre-prep and they activate it. Yeah. Okay.
Es que sí la cagó, porque sí debió haberle dejado el Murakumo. Ya la gente juega 2 mirrors, ya es normal.
The Cool Tune player right now, he's in a good spot, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But we know our opponent plays Shifter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like the moment from draw phase to main phase, you have to survive somehow.
Habla raro
I mean, Cool Tune isn't
pues
even
that
terrible into Shifter when it goes first.
Pues sí, güey.
It's terrible, bro.
You still make B2B.
Yeah, and then
you're B2B.
Yeah.
Like, you lose so many resources, they just normal a guy go into Typhon.
Or that, yeah.
Draw Gamma. I think I would side out Gamma.
Está bonita la jueza, ¿eh?
Would I? Yeah.
Estamos en Francia, olvídalo.
I mean, it depends on my side, but
no, you
normal.
There's no way. I honestly, I don't even know if it's correct for Mitsurugi to shotgun the shifter. Like, why would you not wait for your opponent to commit a card to the field in Cool Tune?
If they have the quick play, it can be really annoying.
Right, they can chain. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's a good point.
I would maybe keep the
trans?
Gamma.
No,
I would just
Cancún.
slam the Gamma on the table and then just...
¿Viste la trans que jugó hoy en las últimas rondas del Columbus?
Like,
eso sí, la trans, güey, para que veas. Se le nota acá a lengua.
I would just like show it to him and like... shit. How does Cool Tune out Light Dark Chaos Angel?
Imperm.
Si abre Kilton debería ganar. El que iba con cosplay, no.
Okay, game 3.
Literal.
Let's see if there's a shifter.
No me acuerdo cuál. Tenía nombre, jugó.
There is no shifter, but that hand is really good.
Lightning Storm, Duster,
Lightning,
Ash,
Plumero, Ash, Hava player.
Okay, dude. The chosen one. Mitsurugi, Lisan, Al-Gaib. We have Prosperity.
Mitsurugi, Lisan, Al-Gaib.
I think you Ash that.
You have Prosperity against Cool
Brutal Impulse.
Tune probably, right?
Pero la veo nada más para el
like
mirror.
the only card next to Cool Tune Synchro that you can Ash.
Eso sí, tal vez no,
body on the field.
Also,
especially if they go for 6.
Yeah, like it's something that plays into draw really hard. So I would assume if they start Prosperity, they have no other real play.
There's no way they have Q. They could have Mix or Rico, maybe.
Yo no haría Ash hasta... la
like
trampa. La
Here's the
counter.
thing, right? It was
La counter es buena.
It was just a...
Yo no haría la
free.
Prosperity
So
hasta
maybe
después,
that's why we
a
don't
menos
do
que
it.
no
I think
tengas
if
jugada.
it's for 6, you Ash it for sure. Which is a fun mind game sometimes when you play Cool Tune, because it's like, okay, if I go for 6, my opponent knows it's really important to me, so he might Ash it.
Yeah.
So let's go for 3 to bait them into not ashing it, even though it's really important. So, but taking the rotary here feels like a sign of weakness to me.
¿Crees que liberan la Prosperity? No creo, güey, está muy rota.
Trap cards ready to set up, but the rotary lets you play through more hand traps, so maybe it's that. Because if it's... I mean, but the problem
¿Qué hace la playlist? Creo que copia efecto removiendo el cementerio. Si no mal recuerdo.
They do, okay. This is weird to me.
Tú tienes que hacer Ash. Sí, jugó raro.
This is a weird way
jugó
to
raro.
start playing. I feel like if you have those 2 cards,
jugó raro.
to respect roll and lock, we're
sí.
to activate Cool Tune Synchro in draw phase. Okay, we definitely have...
De todas formas, no te van a hacer fuga. O sea, si tienes Ash...
Which will work. You know, we see no further interruptions from Francois. However, we're gonna take a look at a really strong hand here in a moment. From
tiene que estar al revés, no uno make dos detalles.
Leo just walked past us and
he has por Q
number 11 as well. So brother is 11-0 with Sky Strikers. It's incredible.
Q wait.
Incredible. 11-0.
Q. No, loco, no. No.
You don't want to see that hand.
Your opponent activates rotary, you're like, trust me, you don't want to see it. God, that hand is good.
Usas el efecto de nuestros cantantes de mano y el cementerio como si fueran usados como si regresa la mano. Yo la juego. Si estás briqueado, era mejor buscar 6 cartas. No estaba briqueado, pero es tu última jugada. Quieres empezar, a ver. Juega alrededor de draw, ¿sabes?
But if you just stop their engine from with like if they have Bell in hand and add back Ash with remix, technically that's enough.
Aquí no entiendo, aquí se va a quitar el cuerpo. Se va a quitar el cuerpo, es lo que no me gusta.
Oh, that's some advanced strategies. Yeah. Good call.
Or I didn't win rogue for nothing.
Good call, yeah.
Está bueno este taco.
The only thing is that like the Ash is currently in the graveyard, and Francois will have turn player priority to go Prayers, Tribute, Habakiri. So the Prayers will resolve unless there's a Bell or a second Ash. So we search Q with this JJ Cool Tune. Interesting. We could have special summoned Mix to add the Q. Right? Yeah. Oh, we still have another normal summon, right? Because it was extra normal summon.
We have one left, yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's fine.
Ya no veo unos cositas. Sí, güey, pero... No mames, güey. Está jugando... O está nervioso por el stream. Está jugando muy mal.
Do we know what happened with the Dracotail game? I would assume they're playing. They were on the stage, but maybe just like they started later than the backup feature match, so they started with the backup feature match instead. I don't know. I'm sure if this one is over quickly,
there was never one.
there was. We'll see. Maybe that's going to be our backup feature for this round, I guess.
Okay. Pues, es que no invocas mix, haces el loop 2-3-2-3. 2-3-2-3.
Because so far I
no, bueno, puedes empezar 2-3-3-2. Porque Q invoca cualquier número.
I think it all comes down to this Q reveals. If there's a bad card to give to the opponent, then I think this is winning for Cool Tune. Because Prayers plus Habakiri is good, but...
Tienes que remover.
Okay, well...
Puta.
There's a Mitsurugi Mirror, which is probably... I mean, unless they sided out one, we know that is a 2 of. Those are 2 engine cards, which is not what you want to see, I guess, if you're Rafael here.
Creo que prefieres darle el monstruo que la mirror, ¿no?
Bad?
I think they both play.
Creo que sí está mejor.
They both held. But it's kind of easier to deal with Mitsurugi Mirror, right? Because you can like Zalen stop it or RS stop it. Because that's the thing. There's a Prayers in hand for Francois, but other than that, no quick play interaction. And I think Rafael probably
con la Q puedes invocar a tus ciclos o a la gente. Sí puedes invocar ciclos.
And that means that
muy mal por Rafael.
Francois is going to have to chain Ash Blossom. Is going to have to chain Prayers to that. Otherwise, the Ash Blossom is in hand to negate the Prayers.
Yeah.
And after the Prayers is used, first of all, you probably tribute Habakiri for cost here, which is rough.
Tiene droll.
Like Habakiri in hand.
Tiene droll.
But more importantly, if there's a bell here, I think the game just ends.
Velo droll.
More importantly, the
Rico's on tech, by the way.
Yeah, because
dejó la mirror. Tiene plan muchos huevos.
No, but more importantly, now
sí,
no
tienes que dejar el monstruo, ¿no? Porque Ara se transforma en monstruo. Mirror ya se transforma en el monstruo, pero en el campo.
I mean, they could have special summoned Rico to field spell, get Q, and then normal Q synchroed off.
But Rico can't search Q.
Search mix, normal Q. Yeah.
Yeah, not special summoning with the field spell did cost us 1 body in this first turn line. We could have just special summoned mix, add Q, special Rico as well for an extra card in hand, I think. Yeah.
Tenía mix en mano.
They go for okay.
Tenía mix, wow.
All right, Ash and RS.
Tenía mix en mano, lo jugó muy mal.
Now we activate Habakiri and Aramasa. It's gonna be
Tiene
hard
dos mix, ¿no?
to stop. Wait, dude. Okay, if we Ash what if we Ash this Aramasa? What does the Habakiri?
Tiene droll. Lo hizo en standby, ¿no? Si no, está jugando muy raro.
Nothing.
Yeah, right?
Nope.
Oh, we Ash nothing?
Yeah, because we activated Mix Engrave. Because what I was thinking is like, you can like, if you Ash the Aramasa, there's no ritual monster in hand, so the mirror can't be activated unless Habakiri searches a ritual monster. But if Habakiri searches a ritual monster, then mirror is the only play, and then you just RS it.
Wait, this now just plays, right?
This through the RS, yes. The question is how much does it do? Because like you cannot ritual. You have
no,
to ritual
jugó muy mal.
Hand.
No buscas campo KT. Bueno.
Wait, no, it doesn't play.
No, muy mal, muy mal.
Is smart about it because I think
perdió un cuerpo, no invocó con
he has to start baiting with mirror and hope that gets negated by RS.
Why wouldn't you negate RS? Mirror with RS?
Because mirror attributes Murakumo from hand, brings back Habakiri, and then you just ash the Habakiri. The Murakumo engrave. And then there's a Habakiri on the field.
But they have the ritual spell as well, so you can just run over the RS, no?
They have to, but then they have to waste battle phase, at least. But yeah. Also, you have clip in hand, so you can go clip, and you could search mix with the thing, and then you can just pop the ritual monster on the field, and they can't activate the ritual spell.
Sacrificar tu 5-4 si duele, pues sí. No tiene caso que te quites el body.
There's a guaranteed win here for Cool Tune if they find it. If they searched
clip and mix.
They have clip from turn 1. I didn't see what the Cool Tune synchro searched. Oh wait, they already used mix. Ah, but you can search Rico and make a second RS, and they can only attack over one of them.
Wait, they used they used mix
to pop Armasa. But you can just then it's search Rico and make a
Lo
second
RS
if you play a second one. Wait, they start with ritual.
¿Sí tiene doble mix? No vi si tenía doble mix.
Interesting.
Ya se hace mirror. Le hace Ash.
So now, that's it.
Yeah, they still have the Ash, right?
Yeah, they have Ash. Yeah. You just Ash the Murakumo.
¿Tiene Bella?
Lightning Storm is in hand. Zaylen.
Oh, ya.
That works too.
También sirve.
That wastes a card.
Pero te gastas una carta.
It's going to be Chainlink 1 Murakumo engrave, Chainlink 2 Clip engrave, Chainlink 3 Zaylen negate the Murakumo.
No me gusta porque te gastas otra carta.
I hope we have follow-up though, right?
Bueno, es que es más probable tener 3 más 1 que 2 más 2.
Because Clip was already in hand after turn 1. So, I'm not entirely sure why we added back Ash if we weren't planning on using it, because we knew all the cards and then we just didn't use the Ash, but okay. Alright, we're clipping away the... What is that?
Starving Venom.
Dark Monsters, I believe.
No, that's not that one.
It's not?
It's not the Trifo... That's not the Predaplant.
Oh.
I think that's a... It might be an alt art of Starving Venom.
This is Starving Venom, Fish and Dragon, sí.
But I'm not sure.
That's 2 Dark one.
I think it's the one that needs 2 darks. Yeah, Lightning Storm Habakiri is not going to be enough to hold... I mean, I spoke too soon in Game 2, but this time, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is a win for Cool Tune, as long as they... Like, something needs to go crazy.
They have something, yeah.
¿Por qué no se tiró la Lightning? También para jugar alrededor de Rotary. No entiendo.
I think that's pretty good.
Pues ya ganó.
That's a good card, yeah. Could have summoned Trackmaker from the grave.
Jugando mal,
forget that it can do that.
Ha llegado lejos. Hay que ir a Francia a jugar nacionales, chicos. Es la tech. Ya, güey. Voy haciendo mis maletas a Francia.
B2B wins alone? Actually, not true, because B2B is the same attack as Habakiri right now. So alone, that doesn't do enough. Imagine they go B2B attack Habakiri. That'd be crazy.
Y ahí por no setear la Lightning, ve la mano.
Alright, and we are going to get another little peek at the top deck. We can just confirm that there's still Lightning Storm in hand with the Rotary. And this should be just a couple of steps away. Trying to think
Creo que campeón del mundo era francés. Sí, está jugando el Nazi de Francia, de hecho.
What if we banished a couple of remix and RS with Prosperity? We don't have second copies anymore?
Surely we can...
We don't have Zaylen.
But surely we can still somehow go into back-to-back, right? Using mix to pop the Habakiri. That doesn't play. That
neither of these play. I mean, they have Ash in hand as well, so they can just make Loudness War and then go into back-to-back that way. But no, they have a level 5 synchro. Okay, that's good enough.
That's going to be...
I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if you have game this turn or not, because like there's nothing that happens to you next. They can make a Typhon, but it's not gonna win.
They have another quick play anyway, right? So
¿Cómo estás, Ash de Rari?
Also, even Rotary's game, because you can go Trackmaker plus RS plus Rotary. You can also make beats.
Ya descarté ese, pegas, back to back, piu.
Attack twice.
Sí, ya se la sabe. Menos. Güey, su madre. A mí tampoco me perdonan esas. Bueno, es que es Mitsu. Es que los Mitsu con los que he jugado también ha robado mejor.
Also, Chad is saying that Triff is 10-1.
Triff
so apparently won the round 11 as well. I think his only loss was the last round of yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, we did not see the back-to-back line, but I don't think it's going to make a difference here. Top deck Droll and Lockbird. We do have Lightning Storm, which can get negated by RS. Which means the only potential play would be Typhon now.
No mames, no lo mató.
Yeah.
No me digas mierda, güey. ¿Por qué no lo mató cuando?
And there's the handshake. And Rafael technically won all 3 of these games.
No sé, güey, no sé por qué no mató.
But not, okay.
I mean, game 2 was really interesting. That bell that he kept for so long turned out to be that great.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was the Dynamo.
Yo por menos no entré a día 2 a lastimar.
It was not just Bell plus Called By, it also could have been Bell plus Ash.
Yeah.
Like, we can Bell the Dynamondo, Ash the prayers, and then all of a sudden,
it's
you know.
The same.
So it was a risky maneuver by Francois, and it almost got punished. But then Rafael just couldn't quite figure it out at the end. So that was that. And then game 3, pretty good start. I mean, it was a good hand for Francois as well. So it was kind of interesting actually from that point. It wasn't just like look at your opponent's hand, see, oh, there's one starter, so let me handle that. Because there was a couple board breakers and prayers plus a tribute, and then even 2 engine cards on top of the deck, so we couldn't guarantee a terrible draw with the Q. So it led to still a pretty interesting situation there. But ultimately, access to Ash Blossom was really crucial in the first turn. Being able to add that back, even though they didn't end up using it. I think it was still important that it was there because it surely influenced the way that Francois tried to play into the board. Because if you know there's an Ash Blossom, then you have to activate your cards in another way. I'm wondering if maybe the solution was to not activate prayers in response to the remix. Because we tributed Habakiri from hand, which was another important resource, right? Like if you activate Habakiri in the main phase, you generate another card in hand.
Actually, you might be right because
siguiente semana ya es en Alemania.
Because of the ads, right?
Cool.
No, but then you probably lose to the RS and Ash combo, because if they RS negate the prayers, which is your only, those are really only 2 engines. So if you negate the RS,
but Habakiri gets you another engine.
So you Habakiri first.
Yeah.
For
Saji, get rid of Spell, for example.
That would have been better, yeah.
Right? I think so.
But I think it would have still lost.
Maybe.
It would have been better than...
but I feel like getting the Habakiri out of your hand from the prayers, you can still do that later.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, like, your opponent has the Ash anyways. You can't change that fact. Like, your opponent is going to have the Ash Blossom at some point. It is going to trade with one of your starters. So or one of your plays rather.
Es que no me gustó
so if you
porque
use the prayers immediately,
de la nada.
You lose 1 push in the long run, but they don't lose the Ash Blossom. They just can't Ash your prayers. That's the difference, right? They can't Ash your prayers, but they Ash something else later. So I don't know.
¿Visto el Fidraulis Sumo? Yo sí lo he visto
play
mucho.
around RS. You can activate Habakiri, and then I guess if you really care about the prayers not getting negated by RS, you can activate it in the battle phase.
Yeah.
But then it can still get ashed. But I think having an extra ritual spell in hand there could have made a difference. But yeah.
10-1.
Well, there was still Ash in hand.
Yeah, he could have. He used ritual from.
Y él está jugando Harmon.
Hand.
And then he could have used, but he kept the Ash, right?
Yeah, the Ash could have checked ritual from deck.
I don't know. I think it would have. It would have been better for sure.
I mean, we don't know what the deck looks like because it was pure Mitsurugi. So if there's Wosu, you can go Habakiri, special Aramasa, and search Wosu with that. Maybe that can make a difference. Who knows? Who knows? Well, it was interesting either way, and that means that Cool Tune is going to move on with a, what was it? They were X1?
X1, yeah.
They were X1, so that is going to be a 10-1 record for the Cool Tune player. Mitsurugi's still in it, 9-2. Gotta have to win the last couple of rounds. All right, looks like we're going to a break because that match was a little bit longer than expected, so we're not gonna have a backup feature match.
No hay backup feature match. Wow.
Leo, 11-0 with Sky Strikers. Triff is 10-1 with Cool Tune as well. I saw Julian Keon after round 10. He was 9-1.
Yeah.
Apparently, Samir, people in chat are saying Samir lost to Dracotail, which makes me even more sad that we didn't get to see that feature match, because I would have loved to see Dracotail getting a win off of Samir. Samir is cursed on that feature match stage, by the way. His only loss yesterday was on the feature match.
And today as well.
Yeah. So apparently, I think what happened was they set up the main feature match, and then there was something with the tech that didn't work out or something. I don't know. So they showed us the backup feature match instead. So we didn't get to see Samir. But he did lose to Dracotail in what should have been the main feature match. And I'm a little sad we didn't get to see that. But maybe we can bring the Dracotail player back for round number 12 or 13, because now they're at 10-1.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm even more happier that we have a backup feature match at this event.
Yeah, I mean it's really good.
Yeah, otherwise we would have death stared the chat for like an hour.
Okay, well, gamers, the round is over, and I think we should be getting into round number 12.
Yo creo que normal, ¿no?
Soon.
Mucho branded.
So we'll be going to a short break. Don't go
Yo siento
anywhere.
que sería como un
Hope you're enjoying the
branded
stream so far, and we'll be back
con
with you
poquito
guys
Draco.
in
No sé
just
si me
a few
explico.
minutes.
Bueno, seguimos en MD. Nada más la mano, podemos hacer KTS. Se me hace Ash o Droll. Le hago Gamma. Ok. Hoy qué eventos hay, Nacional España, Nacional Francia. Verga, se guardó bien la fuga. Nacional Francia, YCS en Norteamérica y otro nacional en Centroamérica o Sudamérica, no sé seguro cuál es. En Argentina. En Argentina sé que hay nacional. Igual no hubiera estado tan mal dar turnos, ¿saben? ¿O sí? Bueno, no, porque me hacía normal algo, efecto, fuga. Tenía gamma por cualquier... No, bueno, es que no tenía engine muy fuerte. Tengo que controlar. Es que va a quitar mi cuerpo. Es como lo controlo con back to back. Dora, Noroi, Holly, Raisin, Steak. No, no puede bajar. No le puedo dar un robo porque ya baja colisión. Creo que pierdo. Está muy dura la mano. El Doran me incomoda mucho. Me hubiera bajado Holly, siento yo, de todas formas. Porque ya aquí tiene la prioridad. Espero no me invoque el Sale. Los que juegan Prohibition, fíjate que dicen, es para cuando ven la mano, güey. Pero ya llegar a ver la mano ya es mucho, güey. O sea, ya estás en buena posición. No en gane, pero en buena. Según yo me invoca César, ¿no? Ah, no, ya no tiene tierra. Doran, Steak, Racer, Madlove. Ah, no, sí tiene Noroin, cierto. Creo que él debía haberme bajado Holly en mi turno. Para ya tener toda la prioridad. Shalom. Bueno, no está tan mal. Todo Oran, ¿cómo me condiciona? que ando jugando más adulto. ¿Ya el evento para clasificarse al mundial? Pues es después del Conti. Lo bueno es que quité trampas. No, ya me ganó. No, imposible. Consumar. No tenía un engine que necesitaba. Vamos a ver cómo va. Todavía falta para el nazi. Podía haber dado turno, pero no sé qué tan buena habría dado. Otra mano endeble. Aquí ya no me conviene dar turno. Voy a jugar greedy. Porque tengo fuga. ¿Tendrá otro baile? Tiene otra vez. ¿Yumi? No creo. Rotary Bella Campo. Ok, no está tan difícil. Según yo no está tan difícil. Hago el 3, 2, 3. Tengo clip. Puedo hacer sincro. Puedo destruir. Ah, pero me va a negar, sí es cierto. Le puedo hacer loudness. Ya si me niega, pues agarro otro. Creo que no debería negarme. Buena ese removida. Realmente no debería negarme eso. Y me puede añadir la magia, de hecho. El campo, más bien. Para no gastar en otra KTS. Efecto campo, tributo Q, invoco México. Y recupero la misma Q. Según ya gané. Según yo. ¿Ya va a empezar?
Yes, we do have access to the main feature again. And we're gonna see for, what is it, round number 12 already, dude, time flies. We've got round number 12.
Listo, voy a marcar rápido y ahora sí vemos match completo.
And we've got Ilias versus Romain. And we are working with, let's find out, we are heading into class on something very like, is he? Miami Smith and Ilias is rocking the 2Q deck. Both players at a 10-1 record, so honestly on good pace to
Mirror,
make it into the top 8 potentially.
Mirror.
Okay.
Ayumi contra
not so Miami.
That's not very Miami indeed.
Versus
so close to school tune when you have so many like
you just have 6 cards and you the worst thing is like you know your opponent's hand is bad and you know you're gonna look at that top deck. So yeah, that is spicy. You don't very often see someone go with X1 with set pass control.
I mean it's interesting, right? Like Yami Fiend seems like one format ago, no one like wants to come up against that deck. Because it was so scary if they go further, there's like not much you can do. But this format, I think good
roll though.
Yeah,
good roll. I mean, I guess that's the impact of limiting Kapsi Yummy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't have a starter now. I wonder what you even replace the... What do you replace the consistency with in Yummy Fiendsmith?
You can play Hero Map, right?
Right.
Like some cards to get into your Kapsi.
Yeah.
But that's just weaker against a lot of other hand traps.
All right, we make a track maker with Rico plus Effect Veiler, actually. We did search Rotary, but we didn't use Rotary. And there is a Dominus Spark, which is now going to just banish the track maker. So that's a very, very negative trade, I guess. We could special summon something from hand now.
I think there's... If you have Mix,
Mix is the best card to have here, by far. Mix, and there is Mix for Ilias, and that's really, really good. Because we're going to be able to add back... Oh, we bell that. Never mind. We don't get to add back anything. Okay, Dominus Spark is an interesting one.
¿Por qué no hice RS luego?
For Yummy from the last set. So that is something that they didn't have access to beforehand. And now we are synchroing with the bell into Remix. And most importantly, we do not get to check the top deck because there was no Q involved. No Q involved for Ilias. I think 2 cards left in hand, one of which is a Rotary. So Ilias also kind of low on non-engine here, especially if there's a second copy of Bell. That's the best case scenario, I think, for Romain. If there's a second copy of Bell to negate that Remix, then we might actually be in a pretty good spot if we just draw one of our starters.
I mean, the Yummy engine is really resilient against hand traps because for every name you need at least 2 hand traps.
Yeah, but it's not resilient against Remix, Bring Back, Mix.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you can go for you can get clip and rotation as well, so should be chill.
And there is no second bell. It looks like it's resolving. Add back Veiler. Summon out Rico. Rico can now get clipped, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting, we're tagging out
el torneo por caja, ¿sí? ¿Cómo así?
Yeah, I feel like we could have definitely waited. Especially, I mean, I guess he doesn't know he's on... I guess he doesn't know what the opponent is playing.
And this is also, I mean, we do get the Rotary in the graveyard immediately, so we can now immediately check. What was your hand last turn? What's the card you drew? What's the situation here? Where do I have to use my Effect Veiler? And also we can go for add clip with Track Maker and then make a Loudness War to get a bounce with the Track Maker, which is basically countering any Yummy normal summon.
¿Por qué lo hace en ese orden si lo que quiere...
We drew Marshmallow, and we have the field spell.
That doesn't play through Veiler. Or it does. Yeah, it does.
It does play through Veiler,
because you also have the field spell.
It does play through Veiler, and most importantly, Ilias put the Rotary on the higher chain link. The Track Maker on the higher chain link.
So
the Ash, you can't add clip.
Yeah.
Wait, if there's just Veiler, this plays. This beats Veiler. We need, and it also beats Ash. No, it doesn't beat Ash. It's not great against Ash because you can just Ash Kapsi Yummy way.
The second bell would be really good here
for Ilias.
Yeah.
Probably not going to place with the Snatchy right here because we have the other field spell in hand. Bell is of course phenomenal here. Yeah. And we added back.
Hubiera clavado RS luego.
See, this is the thing. If we had waited, maybe, but it does resolve. It does.
Verga, güey, así llegan jugando.
And now Kapsi Yummy way.
No mames. No mames.
You know, there was actually a point in activating Snatchy to place the field spell.
But then if you get Ogre, I mean, you lose Ogre anyway.
It's like, no, I'm saying like you activate a Croaky with the Snatchy. You activate minion from hand, a Croaky goes to grave, and then when you reborn the Marshmallow, it can add back the Croaky.
Yeah.
Which I guess, I mean, you can still do the surprise thing though with the Marshmallow, so maybe it doesn't want to use up the effect yet.
And the one Yummy way, that's Yummy way, right?
That is Kapsi Yummy way, yeah.
Limited at 1.
Si le tiraron Spark, podía ser Malice.
I mean, yeah, that's a clutch limit.
Por eso recuperó
Veiler. That's the only one they got. That's the only one they got. No more Kapsi Yummy ways after this one. So be careful with that.
Oh.
Harmonia is not enough.
No está tan mal.
If we pop a body and then they did normal summon.
They did not normal summon. Yeah.
That's even more annoying for Ilias that the field flow was hard drawn, because we could have just harmoniaed the
snatchy. Yeah. I mean, you can.
What? ¿Qué pedo? A ver, buscas Cupsi, descartas Loli, Special Cupsi. La cara del rey de...
Oh, it wasn't Cupsi.
¿Era Loli?
It was Lollipo.
A ver.
Yummy ways after this one.
¿Es Loli? ¿Es el arte de Lollipo? A ver.
So be careful.
Sí, es cierto.
Thing around Ash is not real, because you can just tag out and then you have 2 bodies again, and then surely with like 3-4 bodies you can do something.
No mames.
No, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Pero ¿por qué no hacer Cup si de todas formas te van a hacer Ash?
I mean, look, they do look kind of similar, so maybe it was just an IRL misclick. Maybe he thought he was summoning Cupsi all along. I don't know. Yeah, I can't explain that.
Qué pedo, hasta los... Hasta yo soy Henry se quedan con cara de cómo llegan tan lejos jugando así.
Maybe he thought Cupsi.
Wait, but if it was, hold up. If it is Lollipo, why did we chain it to tag out?
Ajá, ¿por qué chainea?
Because if they go Harmonia to pop it, you still get to revive too.
Yeah.
No, pero está mejor. De todas formas, popeas el...
But then they're negated.
Ajá.
They're negated.
Y te regresa...
And long bounces to Snatchy.
Ajá. Te regresan el Snatch, exacto.
Oh, that feels crazy too.
No, el Snatchy no, más bien el Cupsi. Ah, no, sí, Snatch. Silencio.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Fui por agua.
All right, well, we got to shake that off. We got to go into game 2. We're going first again, hopefully with a better hand this time. And then we got to...
just going to say, surely Roman thought about something there on why he went for that play. And it's probably something that I'm not even aware of, maybe.
I mean, like, okay, if you think there's no hand traps, then technically it's okay to
Mic on.
Yummy way first.
Mic off.
Because you bring back the negated Snatchy and the Marshmallow, and then you make the Cupsi with those.
Yeah.
And then so the Lollipop was basically just free.
Yeah.
Right? So it does work, technically. You just get a free body in that moment.
But the Yummy way just plays around every hand trap.
I think so, yeah. I think he just forgot about
Harmonia.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see if we got a better hand in game number 2. Don't set a card.
Okay.
Oh, that's Lollipop. I thought that was gonna set for a second. Dude, Yummy, if they don't open Cupsi, it seems so hard even into Harmonia as well. Like, just activate Snatchy here, get Harmonia.
Yeah.
Seems like a very tough time.
Is that a Mulcharmin hand?
For Romain?
Yeah, I thought I saw one.
No, I think it's Valor. Or they have a Fuwa for crossout.
Yeah, but then normally the Fuwa will probably be better, right?
Yeah, and if they play Almirage in this spot, you probably normal summon the Fuwa.
Tiene Harmonia ahí, ¿no?
I think he has Harmonia.
Sí.
Because he's thinking really long.
I didn't even see if they activated the Snatchy, but they did, yeah.
Pero pues sí le haces armonía, ¿no? Porque lo pones a que tenga marshmallow. Y siempre comenciabas con una hand-trap para jugar alrededor.
So here is the minion.
A menos que tengas la ogra para el campo.
Trying to revive the Lollipo. Do we maybe bell that? Do we ogre that? We have to crow it. Interesting.
Interesante.
Interesting tech choice in the DD Crow. Not a tuner either, but has a lot of applications against like
I like DD Crow a lot this format. Very versatile card. Even in this spot, it's not bad.
Can't get belt though.
Bueno, ya es malo.
Not the second one.
It's not once per turn, yeah. True. Do we have a second one? No, we don't. No, we don't. And this is as soon as the Kapsi Yamiwe hits the field, I think you can like you can stop hand trapping at this point.
If they go for it.
If they make it, yeah, maybe we make dude, if he makes Lollipo right now and gets Harmonia and then passes, I'm losing my mind. Don't think dude, please. Please.
Yeah, that's Yamiwe.
That hold up.
That's Yamiwe.
Yeah, that's Yamiwe.
Okay.
The one Yamiwe.
That's Yamiwe. Yeah, that's the one Yamiwe. Now do your bit.
¿Qué es clavar Harmonia?
It was always such a pain to interact with these cards, man. I'm just remembering, like, I know how Ilias feels right now.
Oh, Kapsi, one of.
True.
Droll? No creo.
I mean, if your stuff resolves, it's the deck is still very strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, exactly. At the point where we are now, this deck will basically play pre-ban list.
Yeah.
Because we have access to the one of Kapsi Yamiwe and the one of Kapsi. Those are pretty much the changes that the deck has received. So now we're playing essentially full power from last format.
What do I enjoy playing recently?
Harmonia. No, pues la Harmonia lo haces al efecto de Snatchy. No entiendo por qué no lo haces.
Go for Harmonia. I think that was a good Harmonia on Snatchy, honestly. I think you take that risk.
Sí, claramente tomas el riesgo.
You have Bell as well, but...
Okay, tiene Bella.
Oh, hold up. I did maybe just jinx it. So Bell on the tag out. Harmonia is going to destroy the Kapsi, but Kapsi will search. It will not search.
If he also has one play,
if he's going to normal summon Q after doing all that. Do you know what's funny though? We used all of those cards to trade with one Lollipo and a Bell.
Yeah.
So there is still a lot of cards left for Romain.
O sea, Harmonia hubiera hecho la chamba desde que hizo Link 1 efecto
We just had to throw Crow, Bell, Valor, Harmonia at them to stop a Lollipo. One card left for Ilias. What do we have in hand for Romain here?
Yeah, 3 more cards for Romain. And the Yami deck plays a lot of hand traps, so even if Ilias has a starter, maybe we can.
Yeah, there's probably not 2 sets. Okay, some Solemns maybe?
Solemn.
And we pass with no monsters.
Dominus?
2 cards in hand for Cool Tune. Sometimes all it takes is 1.
Ya tiene mano Romain, ¿no?
And that is Rotary. Not the best one, but it is a play at least. Yeah. We can make the Visas level 8 Synchro with the Harmonia, or we might have
Pero ¿para qué harías Visas Amritara?
But Dominus Spark is a phenomenal card to have here.
KTS.
Dominus Spark is great. Gonna banish that Rotary. Do you special summon one from hand now? I think it's a spell card. I think I saw a spell.
Yeah, it depends on what we have, right?
But if it was, it can't be Cool Tune Synchro, right? Surely you chain that to the Smart.
And I think if it's a name, we would also
special it.
Or reveal Rotary.
Yeah. But it was a spell. What spell do you have in your deck going second? Fallen?
Campo.
Could be Fallen.
Duster? You used Duster beforehand. Yeah. Lightning Storm?
Campo, no?
Yeah, it could be Lightning Storm because we can't use that.
Yeah.
Or Lightning.
Talents, maybe. Yeah, Talents could be there. He can't special summon, he said Spark. No, that's not how Spark works.
Sí, es campo.
It's JJ, that plays.
I think I would have probably taken the risk to just do that in the main phase.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much the 2500 damage are worth, but...
No le puede hacer purga. Ah, no, sí le puede hacer
purga. 0 cards now for Ilias. We can get rid of the field spell, though.
Sí le puede hacer
so both are both down to 0 cards, or does Romain have a card?
Una vez ganaba con una armonía. Pero no
so
ganaba,
any
ganaba,
Yami is going to do it. Any Fiendsmith card is going to do it.
Bueno, no ganaba.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this is like a top deck battle now, and both decks have a lot of that spark, I believe.
I think that was a trap card.
¿Robó otra Dominus?
It's two cards in hand, I think, or 3 even. Is it 2 or 3?
Dos.
Did he just pass? Yeah. Oh, we passed.
That's a play.
Whoa.
Purga?
Yes. I think
it's Valor Imperm, I think. It's Valor Imperm, so he's fine for 1 turn. He is fine for this turn, because 1 Cool Tune Synchro does not beat Imperm or Valor. Yeah, Snatchy is used, so not every Yami works, actually.
Yeah, I think here you really want to draw into your Fiendsmith engine.
If any Fiendsmith card would be perfect here. Or, actually, at this point, the Minion. Like, just... Normal summon Valor, make Linkaribo, activate the Yami field spell, and you're good.
Or surprise.
Also, with Valor in hand, any Yami does work, because you can normal Valor, make Link 1 special to Yami. So that does... literally any Yami here works, any Fiendsmith. Dude.
I don't know how consistent the Yami deck... He drew a spell.
Oh, there's no way. Doesn't play again.
Campo?
I don't know how consistent this deck is, but the non-engine seems really strong.
The non-engine is strong, yeah.
Spark,
Purge, Spark. It's Valor and a spell. We pass again. Oh my god. Oh my god. And now there's so many top decks. Like even Valor does it. Rotary is immediately a win. Mix and Rico are also really good. That's Mix. Oh my god, it's Mix.
Bro, just a normal summon. Don't think twice.
Okay, so Mix gets normal summoned, gets Valored.
Y ya le hace control para siempre.
And then you make Remix, and then you check the top deck with Q.
And also the Valor being gone means they have less top decks.
Yeah, it's less top decks. Oh god.
Remix control le gana.
I mean, dude, it's just been like 2 or 3 draws now for Romain, nothing, and 2 starters back to back for Ilias. Yeah. Here's the Valor.
I would have also liked if we set our spell. Maybe then we didn't have to negate the Mix and could just Valor the Track Maker, and then the Rotary also doesn't resolve.
No, but then they get a free Loudness War, right? I think setting the spell was good though.
Oh, like 2 starters.
Wait, is Piri good? Because the Cupsy's gone. I think Piri might be a bad draw. What does it add? Lurie doesn't have 0. It's just another Valor, isn't it? I think if Ilias figures out that this Piri Rise map, I don't think it does anything.
Yeah,
none of the Yummies has 0 attack.
But it's not that obvious, I think.
Oh, they could be playing... Maybe they play a copy of the Jester Confit. But Jester Confit with a spell in hand does not play either. Because, I mean, but Ilias doesn't know that there's a spell in hand. From Ilias' perspective, right, if Ilias thinks this through, the card in hand could be anything at this point. It could be like an Ash Blossom, a Ghost Bell, or anything like that. So Ilias doesn't know exactly that the Piri Rise map is not a play because there's a spell in hand. But surely, I mean, here's the thing, right? Maybe you can think about, what if I give them Lacrima? I force them to as the normal summon, and then I mix with like maybe, he talks himself into giving him the Lacrima because he thinks he can beat it.
But does that check it is risky because that's follow-up guaranteed the next turn. Like if Elias cannot, I mean he's on 1600, right? But if Elias doesn't win next turn, the Lacrima will come back, and then there will be a Link 1 on the field again.
Yeah. This is risky. Also, I do think, funnily enough, the card in Romaine's hand is another Piri Rise map.
Sí.
Which he's not activating.
Nah, he would have used that. But it looked...
Why would you use it? What's the point? Because he's on such low life points. If he had used the Piri Rise map last turn, he would have
Normal
lost.
Veiler.
And then?
Special your guy.
He doesn't play the Confit. But Ilias doesn't know that, I think, is the situation.
Ah, yeah, that wins. Yeah. You bell the Engraver, pop the... You get clip here.
You can't get clip with mix.
Oh. That's weird. Crackle would have been good here if we had Rico in rotation.
Wait, how? That doesn't work.
No se puede tirar Lurry.
Bro, that was... Did he try to Lacrima, send Lurry, and trigger a Lurry? That was crazy work.
But that's really bad for Ilias now.
No, it wins. It wins. He's fine. Unless they play Necroquip Princess.
Can draw a card, yeah.
But it's like... Ilias does have Q for follow-up, and if we just bell the Engraver, there's no two bodies on the field. So as long as... I mean, why do you activate that here? There's no point. You just get belled on that. You know they have bell.
And now it wins.
Yeah, the Q follow-up just wins here. It was just Necroquip. Like, you have to do this first.
Yeah, and
then make Necroquip.
And then hope to draw.
And then if they bell, you can draw a card off of that. And maybe that
no creo
helps
que juega Necroquip.
I don't know if they play Necroquip, though. Maybe they don't. I know the Yummy extra deck can be tight sometimes.
I mean, with one Yummy way now, you surely have space, right?
Right.
Why am I like this?
Sí juega Necroquip.
He plays it.
Sí la juega.
Yeah. No, then there was a way to draw a card here. If you like, just attack first, then make Necroquip, then force the bell, and maybe draw a lucky Yummy surprise. Wins on the spot.
Yeah.
The Purge was set. The Purge was set. So Purge and Spark were both set, so we could use both of those. And I think the set is Piri Rise maps, so this just wins.
Yeah, I think I saw the clock or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely
Piri Rise. Rico va por rotar y haces sincro y truenas y todo eso. Verga, para ver mis plays mejor juego yo. Güey, ¿ya ves? De nada sirve ir aquí 10-1. Por eso Trip va muy bien allá en... Oh. Allá en Francia. ¿Por qué Mix?
Just thinking about what could punish this, but we don't activate Mix maybe to play around the second copy of Purge, because it would destroy the Mix as well. And now we just make Remix, activate Q, activate Mix, destroy the Necroquip Princess.
But that's not...
That is 3000 attack, because there's tuners in the grave.
But there's Lacrima, and he didn't damage anything?
No, Lacrima is in the deck.
¿Te acuerdas de eso, Cancún? ¿Te acuerdas de eso?
That was another downside. Yeah. That was another downside of using the Engraver, Engraver first. Okay, yeah, I mean...
Oh, yeah.
Draw Trophy.
Yeah. Well, Elias wins 2-0 against Yummy Vincent here.
So what was the next card?
That Bell and a Croaky.
That wouldn't have done anything either. If I mean, assuming those were actually they would.
Tú te pasaste de verga, güey. La neta te pasaste de verga, güey.
Afterwards.
Porque pasaron 2 turnos, güey.
I think it didn't get shuffled anymore. I think we would have shuffled in for Engraver, then we would have gotten belled, shuffled the deck.
No es obligatorio shufflear, güey.
It's all hindsight.
Well, Cool Tune 11-1 now.
And we see the massive downside of replacing Kapsi Yummy with Puri Rise Map, because if Kapsi Yummy is gone, can't Puri Rise Map for another. So if that was that was that.
You know what's funny? When I walked around, I saw Premature Burial.
In which deck? Doomsday?
Doomsday, yeah.
That's cool.
That would have been a good top deck here. Premature Burial.
Premature Burial would have been really good, yeah. Okay, well, that is our round
12.
That is also not Julian K on the
Bueno, se canta shuffle this kind today. Pues lo hiciste. La shuffleaste al deck.
Right now.
No, dice shuffle the deck.
Yeah, so Ilias Fassi
Into the deck.
Move on with
No
an
es shuffle the deck.
11-1 record. 3 rounds to go. 3 rounds to go. And they need, I think, 13-2 to make the top cut. So they need to win 2 out of the next 3 to secure that top 8 spot.
I mean, it's not secured, but like to have a high chance.
But I mean, with a good start like that, probably the tiebreakers are good enough if they end up making it that far. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I guess we have to wait and see if there is a backup feature match right now.
No creo que haya backup
but I think we have
match.
to wait for the interview to finish to potentially see that backup feature if it's still going. Maybe it means that Julian is in the backup feature and they just switch the graphics.
It's not Julian. I'll check.
Yeah, just ask them if we'll have a backup feature after this. All right, chat. It's just you and me for now for a second. How's everyone enjoying the stream so far? Also, I saw someone asking about Sky Strikers. Leo, it was 11-0. 11-0 with Sky Strikers. I don't know if he won round 12, though. I would assume, since he is playing Sky Striker, there's a chance he's still playing. And the match is not over yet. So, yeah. What is Triff standing? Triff, I think, was 10-1.
There is one. I'll check, but I don't do interview first. I'll check if they're still playing.
Okay. All right, so Emra found out for us that there will be a backup feature, but we will have to wait for the interview to finish. We can't cut to it right now. We have to wait until the winner's interview has been done, and then we can see what the backup feature is. Emra is walking over there right now to check what decks are in the backup feature match. What is Hugo's score? I think that's the Radiant Typhoon player from yesterday's feature match, right? And I think he finished day 1 8-1, but I don't know how they did today so far.
It's over.
Yeah, but they recorded.
Oh, okay, then we can watch
it. It's over. It's over, boys. Are you going to German Nats? Yes, I will be playing German Nationals. Someone in chat just said that Leo lost this round. I'm not sure if true or not, but potentially true. Unfortunate if the case. But I mean, even if he lost this round, he's still going to be 11-1, so he's going to have a... He's going to be okay.
That's a weird-looking feature match.
I think they're just cutting to a break before the winner's interview. Let me just turn up the volume a little bit.
Pendant que je signe, je vais te poser une question. Est-ce que tu fais le main event demain? Est-ce que tu vas gagner?
Look, it's Zulu.
Tu penses arriver combien en vrai?
Je sais pas, mais c'est mon premier gros event. Il y a un an, je savais pas que ça existait Yu-Gi-Oh!
Ok. Donc, trop bien.
En fait, j'ai commencé à la sortie du SD Blue Eyes.
Ok.
It's his first event. He loves Yu-Gi-Oh! He's playing Blue Eyes.
Qu'est-ce qui t'a poussé à venir au CDF du coup?
Bah les copains. Hein.
He's here with his friends.
Ils sont où tes potes là?
No,
you have no idea.
Copa means wife, right?
Ils se vadrouillent.
Mais en vrai, c'est trop bien. Donc, tu as commencé il y a un an.
Ouais.
I think Copa means wife.
Et te voilà ton premier CDF. Ouais. C'est ton premier gros tournoi, j'imagine.
Ouais, c'est mon premier tournoi. Ouais.
Et comment tu l'abordes? Avec quel état d'esprit?
Emery was actually right.
En vrai, tu sais, je viens...
I think that means that.
Don't give him that.
Copa means
ahorita todavía no se sabe.
État particulier, si je peux faire des victoires, c'est bien quand même. Mais juste kiffer.
Mais en fait, t'as raison.
I had French for like 4 years
in school.
Yeah,
moi, le premier.
I never did.
Et le CDF, c'est aussi juste la fête de Yu-Gi-Oh! Venir retrouver les potes, faire.
But I was really bad at French, like as you probably can hear. And when I had the chance to like not have French class anymore, I instantly took that.
Josh was one of those Latin in school kids. Dude, everyone at my school, everyone had to take Latin, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't remember anything from it though, but I did have Latin.
Yeah, at my school, at one point, there was French, Latin, there was Spanish, and you could do like
Siempre es como sapisapo. ¿Quién es sapisapo?
Yeah, like you could like do like
craftsmanship.
Yeah, and everybody who like didn't want to learn anything just did that to chill.
Hey, oh look!
I wish I would have taken
Spanish.
I regret.
All right, translate for us.
He won 2-0.
I got that.
Ce que j'ai envie de te poser comme question, voilà, on est maintenant day 2, il y a eu toute la journée d'hier qui s'est passée, on le sait, tu as vraiment de grosses ambitions, tant au niveau national qu'au niveau européen.
There is no way. You know what I just said? To follow my channel on Twitch.
Okay.
Un tournoi particulier parce que je fais la course au point, mais je suis pas très bien positionné. En gros, pour avoir une chance d'être au playoff, il faut limite que je gagne le France. Du coup, la préparation, j'ai dû tout donner pour gagner le France. Donc, c'est le but de la préparation. J'ai tout donné, la vérité. Maintenant, je me
Elias is also a really good player.
Esa cámara está demasiado
I think
buena.
I've seen him a few times at like top tables and also topping.
Et c'est le jour J où il faut faire le taf. Là, pour l'instant, ça se passe bien.
C'est vrai que ça se passe quand même vraiment très bien pour toi de ton côté. Alors on a vu, tu as choisi de partir
sur
un deck qui est vraiment top méta, tu as choisi de partir sur Kultune. On t'a vu très longtemps sur le deck Malice, tu as choisi de switch sur le deck Kultune. Alors on le sait, il y a une liste des cartes interdites et limitées qui est arrivée avec la Rabbit qui est passée à 1. Est-ce que c'est ça qui a motivé ton choix ou bien c'est plus...
Ah, il va jugar Malice.
Malice c'était pas forcément le bon pick pour ce tournoi spécifiquement.
J'ai fait mon deuil de Malice il y a un petit moment déjà. Ça y est, c'est ciao.
Y hasta el último momento cambió la decisión.
Qui était un deck qui me ressemblait quand même bien plus, que j'ai beaucoup apprécié. Et même avant la banlist, j'avais considéré d'arrêter de le jouer en voyant le match-up avec Killertune. C'est assez complexe.
¿Y es complicado el match-up contra Killertune?
C'est super difficile de l'affronter avec tous tes ranges de main. T'as pas le droit d'avoir des mains faibles la plupart du temps quand t'es second.
Yeah,
des match-ups trop déséquilibrés. Et même le first de Radiant par exemple.
I think they're talking about why he chose Kultune over Malice, because I think he's been playing a lot of Malice.
Kultune c'est un bon deck, je vais pas un CDF sans avoir une trappe. Non, c'est un très bon deck, je pense que c'est un bon choix anyway. Et puis je pense que les meilleurs joueurs devaient faire le choix entre Branded ou Killertune. Il n'y a pas de métacall raisonnable. Il y en a, mais je pense qu'il s'incline quand même sur autant de nombre de rondes comme Mitsurgi par exemple qui a un très bon match-up Killertune. Je le vois pas faire 10 rondes.
I don't know what's going on now, though. To be fair, I gave up after I realized what the question was
about. That's like at least C1 French.
C1 level French? Okay.
Ça a été relativement compliqué et c'est vrai que le choix de deck c'est super important sur un tournoi qui est aussi long. Toi tu as choisi un deck qui est relativement consistant, qui est constant, qui a également une bonne line-up d'entrap. C'est un peu ça la comparaison entre Branded et Kultune. D'un côté on a beaucoup d'entrap et de l'autre côté on a plus une engine qui est extrêmement puissante qui va pouvoir passer en Go 2. Tu as choisi de partir du côté Kultune. On a vu d'autres personnes comme Julien qui ont choisi de partir du côté Branded, mais on a vu également un troisième type de choix avec le deck Sky Striker qui figure très bien. Qu'est-ce que toi tu penses de ce deck et est-ce que tu trouves ça surprenant de se retrouver avec ce deck qui est toujours en top table?
Forcément, la première approche pour préparer le France, c'était de se dire à quoi ressemble le format, ce qui n'était pas évident avec aussi peu d'événements autour, donc on n'avait pas beaucoup de data.
You know when you're like trying to focus to understand someone? That's what I'm trying right now, but I don't understand anything.
I think that's because you don't speak French.
That might be the case.
I think that plays a role in this entire interaction.
Donc le format dans ma tête c'était Killertune qui est quand même vachement au-dessus des autres et que des mecs qui veulent abattre Killertune. Il y a Branded qui je pense est le plus raisonnable. Sky Striker a un excellent match-up, mais par contre il a des faiblesses.
Killertune's the best deck.
Réel dans d'autres match-ups.
Picking Branded is also reasonable.
Et
Strikers,
si t'as pas draw, si t'as une trap et que tu les as pas draw, il y a des films que tu peux pas te permettre de regarder. Et il y a des mecs méchants aussi dans le coin qui veulent te faire du mal. Donc tu peux pas jouer un deck aussi mignon entre guillemets go second quand il y a des mecs aussi fous en face de toi. Il faut des réponses où Branded se bat un peu plus là-dedans, mais c'est trop complexe je pense pour Sky comme Droll, des Jabel, ce genre de choses qui peuvent fausser ton parcours.
Ouais, effectivement, tu vois, je suis tout à fait d'accord avec toi. Le fait de ne pas avoir spécialement d'entrap, je trouve ça très très dangereux dans ce genre de tournoi-là, parce que comme tu l'as dit, on peut se retrouver face à littéralement n'importe quoi. Il y a 3200 joueurs qui potentiellement...
I think he said he loves Sky Striker is right. That's what I got too from it, yeah.
Beaucoup plus complexes à affronter. Toi, du coup, tu te retrouves sur Cooltune maintenant, tu es toujours en X1, tu es toujours en lice pour potentiellement aller jusqu'en top 8. Il te reste 3 rondes que tu vas devoir remporter.
3 more rounds.
Tu es sûr de maîtriser ton destin. Si jamais tu arrives en top 8, il y a un joueur que tu pourrais potentiellement affronter, qui est toujours présent dans le tournoi, qui vient d'outre-Atlantique, qui s'appelle Triff. On le sait, il a beaucoup parlé, il a expliqué qu'il allait remporter le tournoi. Est-ce que tu es confiant si jamais tu l'affrontes pour tenter de lui rabattre son caquet?
Je suis là pour gagner, je me suis préparé pour gagner, donc peu importe qui c'est, je vais devoir tout donner et gagner. Voilà, il n'y a pas de...
Triff is omnipresent in this room. Everybody is at this point. Everybody.
He really struck a nerve with his behavior online. Yeah.
Like
even in the 3v3 we played, when he lost the one match he lost, people were like standing behind him and clapping. It was freaking the 3v3 side event on Friday. There was French people standing behind him and clapping when he was losing. It's crazy. Okay, so that was the winner's interview. I hope you all got that. It's going to all be on the test after the event, what happened in this winner's interview. We should be having a backup feature still for this round. I'm hoping they cut to that. If they cut to a break, then I guess we know that it's going to be the next round soon. But we're going to stick around here for a second and see if maybe we can get a glance at what the backup feature match was. I walked over there earlier when they were setting up before we started. And I didn't recognize either of the players.
Me either.
But I do hope that that means that we have some pretty interesting stuff in there. And it is the Vanquish Soul. Okay. That's what you guys have been asking for. We haven't seen a single Vanquish Soul on stream all weekend. And it's going to be Jules against Jeremy here. And it's going
Lo que
to
quiero
be
que anuncien mañana, güey, si es Columbus, son los nuevos
and
premios
we are
que van a
joining
dar.
the action as Vanquish Soul is down again. This is our backup feature match, so we're probably not going to have time to finish the entire
Porque los que anunciaron fueron de Tier 1 y Tier 2.
here. And it looks like Jeremy with Mitsurugi was able to win game number 1. We see Dr. Madlove adding the Vanquish Soul field spell, and there is no Droll in Lockbird. That's good news.
Bell, Izuna, Stake, and the K9.
That's a strong hand. Yeah. That plays through pretty much anything that isn't Droll and Lockbird or Mulcharmi Fuwalos, but even Fuwa is fine for this hand, honestly. We add Jiaolong. Okay. And we reveal that Jiaolong for Stake Your Soul.
Raisin.
There's the Raisin, the alt art. I like that one.
It looks cool, yeah. I'm just not used to it, so I was like, for a second, wait, try the stat. Getting the Holy Sue.
Well, but Noroi is gone, so we can no longer check the hand at all. But we can go Jokul, reveal the Holisu or the Jiaolong here. But we get impulsed on that. Okay.
Nada mal, nada mal.
That's good. That doesn't trigger the Izuna that's in hand, and it potentially cuts off a decent amount of the K9 plays, because, like, you can still make Ripper and search, but what do you search with Ripper? Because you don't. How do you even? Can you even get a K9 engrave for Lantern now?
I mean, if you can make Ripper and detach.
Yeah, but you can't. You're not making Ripper with a K9.
Porque quieres.
Lantern can only summon K9s. Okay, I didn't know this.
Pero de nada sirve el Murakumo, porque todos yo creo que estaba bien hacerle impulse a la Take Your Soul.
But I guess Ripper is still good against Mitsurugi. So.
Ripper is good, but also like just the Vanquish Soul interruptions in general are pretty good against Mitsu, because if you resolve the Mitsurugi trap card, none of your stuff will go down to Murakumo, which was actually one of the bigger deals. Like this is a matchup that even last year at this point in time, like at the European Championship, pure Vanquish Soul, even before K9, I think had a pretty good matchup against Mitsurugi because of the Vanquish Soul trap. So you don't necessarily need. We are in end phase now, so you don't necessarily need the full setup with the K9s to participate in this matchup. So we are in the end phase here for Vanquish Soul, and I do think this is still looking pretty solid. We've got all of the access to all of our Vanquish Soul cards, including the Vanquish Soul Trap. The one thing that could really hurt here is a second copy of Dominus Impulse. If we can impulse the trap a second time, that'd be massive. Like, imagine summon Murakumo now and then impulse the trap.
And the board is gone.
Prayers.
That's a good start.
It's not a good start if we don't tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I saw Droll.
Droll for turn. I'd love to see it. I think I saw Droll as well. I think it is Droll for turn. It's even worse because we can't use that with
Lava
after
Golem?
impulse. Yeah, there's Lava Golem, but that doesn't do much against Vanquish Soul. It would have done much. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, but you just chain Jiaolong, Surge. You got like 6 cards in hand again, and you just keep the trap card. Or not.
Gordy ya me había dicho hace un par de semanas que le iban a grabar.
Trap is best.
Bueno, que le iban a hacer eso, güey.
I think it's just Jiaolong Search a Holly.
Ya me pidieron permiso para usar los videos y ya dije que no había pedo. Tardaron un chingo, güey.
The trap destroys the rock, and we keep... at this point, you definitely keep the Holly suit.
Yeah. I mean, you could make the case to keep the Holy Suit anyway because it's at 1, and if it gets banished face down, it's gone forever.
Oh yeah, right, dude. I was Master Duel Brain for a second. Yeah, this is the only Holly Suit. Okay, that's probably why. That's probably why we're doing it this way. Okay, makes a little more sense now.
Yeah, okay. I think he was thinking for a second to keep the field spell. Oh. Okay.
Voy a terminar ese video y a vivir.
All right, looks like we are, if the score was correct, we are going into a game 3 between these two. And now it's going to be Vanquish Soul going second against Mitsurugi. Why even use evenly? Why show you have it? It doesn't matter, because in game 3, you're not going to have it in your deck anyways. You're siding it out, right? So, I mean, I agree with you. It doesn't make that much sense if you're not able to do anything afterwards anyways. But, because they're headed into game 3 and they're going to go first, so they're not going to keep evenly. But it's interesting to see that they are basically, it looks like an almost entirely board breaker Mitsu, because there was evenly and Lava Golem, but then there was also Dominus cards. So like a mixture of some hand traps.
I see Holy
Suit, Xiaolong,
Druisworm, Lupus, and the field spell.
Okay, so we do have Izuna and Druisworm here. Unfortunately, we drew the Lupus, and we start with pre-prep, which is pretty good.
Lupus can summon itself from hand as well.
It can, but it's still,
yeah.
It is really hard to go second against Mitsu with Vanquish Soul. Yeah, that's true. It can be a relatively back and forth matchup, but the player going first is still relatively favored no matter which way you look at it. Like, I think Vanquish Soul going first has a good time, and Mitsu going first also usually has a good time.
Even if the K9 non-engine is really good against Vanquish Soul, like you're playing Bell, you're playing Bystials, you're playing Ash, like all of those are great cards.
Yeah. But if you have to use all of those going second, then your hand size is just not big enough usually.
Yo, Colts, what's up, bro?
There's a funny thing that could happen, is if they bring out Izuna and they chain Murakumo to force the discard, they just discard the Lupus. Which is why, by the way, if you ever have this interaction with Mitsurugi, you should wait with the Murakumo to try and negate Lupus. Like, if they go Izuna, send Lupus, just use the Murakumo on the Lupus effect. That way, if they draw the Lupus, they can't just discard to waste your Murakumo effect.
Bueno, jugando alrededor de Bestias también.
This is tough. Not even a great spot to Druisworm yet. Maybe you could have done it right there.
Yeah, I think as long as the Izuna doesn't hit the field, the Murakumo effect is still basically free to like.
Yeah, you could make a Tiras. That's fun, maybe. If we do people still play Tiras though?
I don't know. I know that in Master Duel, a lot of people started to play the K9 rank 5 instead. The Wolf.
Yeah. That's not nearly as good against Mitsu though.
Okay.
If you activate Lupus in hand and discard it for Murakumo, you don't get it back.
Java. Sí. No triggería Izuna, entonces.
Okay, Druid's Worm banishes Murakumo though. That's nice. But we decided to not go for the Izuna or the Lupus here.
Valius is a good draw here, I think.
It's neat, because you can bounce the Raisin back if they try to like imperm it or something. Also, I think we just called end of main phase to try and bait the IP Masquerena. But that forces out the SP into the Druid's Worm. Activate the field spell, which protects us from destruction. So if they decide to use the Vanquish Soul trap on the Mitsurugi trap on the Raisin here, we can protect it and it will not get destroyed.
Raisin in the middle is interesting.
Oh, el juicio. Le paró el juego.
I think we can't play.
Yeah, we didn't use a great effect. The judgment was really strong.
Izuna, Lupus, Cesar.
It's Lupus, Izuna, and Valius in hand. Yeah. And this, I would assume this is the end phase, not in the main phase still, so we can't keep extending with Izuna and Lupus now. But yeah, unfortunate, just one play in hand with the Raisin and it gets hit with a Solemn Judgment. And now you can't stop Mitsurugi at this point. It's unstoppable. It snowballs out of control.
No sé. Eso sí no sé, güey. Ese formato de video se lo copiaron al Team Samurai. No sé si has visto los videos de Team Samurai de documentales que he estado subiendo. Está muy desgarradora, man.
And it's game here.
Yeah. Might even not attempt to use the Murakumo just to make it faster. But does use the Murakumo. The thing is, like, Izuna and Lupus are not going to save you here. There's an SP. There's a Futsu as well, so you get more body. You actually, I'm pretty sure it's more damage if you use Izuna and Lupus here. And that is going to be the game. All right. Yeah, you drew 2 Ash and Droll going first. Good job. Yeah. Well then, Kuza can't attack. They can still tribute for prayers and bring the Futsu back. It's fine. Also, they never come back from this. They have Droll, Ash, Mitsurugi Trap, Futsu SP. They just surrendered anyways. It's fine. Also, yeah, prayers tribute Futsu is also still game.
All right.
Yeah, that is your Vanquish Soul for today, I suppose. They lost now, so they are now X3, which I believe puts them out of contention of top 8, unfortunately. Maybe there's other Vanquish Souls in the room. We'll see if we can find another one later. But for now, this shall be the end of round 12. We will be back with round number 13 very shortly, so don't go anywhere. I already heard through the headphones that they already called timeout a moment ago, like a few minutes ago for the main event, so we shouldn't have a long break before round 13. But yeah, I will see you all in round 13 in a few minutes.
Ok, yo creo que streamamos la ronda 13 ya a mimir nosotros porque pues ya me dio sueño. Entonces, más tarde. 2 sí me desconecto. No he visto los animes de Alistair. Vamos a verlo ahorita que termine este duelo. Está cuidada la mano. Pierdo casi siempre. Tengo que mocar rotar en todo caso. Nadie probablemente interrele la Tinash. Qué cagado, no te rato que no briqueaba con el deck. Pero no briqueé, de hecho me interrumpió un menú que play. Como odio a los jugadores sordos. No, pierdo, según yo pierdo. Sí, pierdo. Mi única play. Vamos. Muy bien, ahora a ver.
かつて偉大な3人の賢者がいた。魔導の真髄を追い求めた彼らは異界の門を開く大儀式を行った。世界は魔力に満ち、神秘が人々にもたらされる。しかしそれは同時に混沌の時代の幕開けでもあった。地上には魔物があふれ、そして強き力を求める火の魔人が現れた。世界は燃やし尽くされるかに思われた。だが三賢者は死闘の末魔人を打ち倒し、人々は滅びを免れた。それから長い月日が流れた。それは賢者たちの関係を変えてしまうのは十分な時間であった。
Está Alistair, ¿no?
火の魔人を封印した三賢者様によって世界は守られたとさ。本当にこの話が好きね。大好き。これから行く里は三賢者様の召喚師アレイスター様が守ってくれているそうよ。そこでならずっと暮らせる？きっと。やったー！早く着かないかな。よしよし。
俺は聞いたことあるぜ。三賢者の一人は暴走しちまって他の二人に封印されたって。だからただの噂だろ。
おお、新しい住民か。我が名は大賢者アレイスター。お前らはこれから私の下僕として死ぬまで奉仕するんだ。
下僕だってふざけるな。そうだ、なんで俺たちが。
我が召喚獣でお前らを守ってやる。代わりに私のために働け。嫌なら壁の外に放り出すだけだ。
そんな。あなたは賢者様じゃないわ。賢者様はそんな意地悪な人じゃない。
いいか、おとぎ話のような賢者なんていない。大人は皆薄汚いのさ。嘘つき。そんな体ではろくに働けないだろう。せめてこいつの餌とな。やれやれ。こんな雑魚が召喚獣だって。おお、抵抗する気か。行け。現代に召喚魔術を操る魔導士がいると聞いてきてみる。
¿Qué cosa de quién? Como que viaja en el tiempo ese güey.
現代に召喚魔術を操る魔導士がいると聞いてきてみれば、ただ魔物を刺激しているだけだったなんて。なんだお前は。アレイスターの名前もその本に書いてあったのかい。そいつを始末しろ。見せてあげるよ、本物の召喚魔術。その一辺を。もっと私の魔力を食え。私を守れ。その魔導書作ったはいいけど欠陥品でね。魔物は刺激できるけど一定以上魔力を注ぐと壊れてしまうんだ。お前まさか本物の。今終わらせてあげよう。冥界の檻よ、氷獄より我が元に来たれ。呼吸とす。放て呼吸と。
あんたどうしてくれるんだ。あいつがいないと俺たちはどうやって魔物から身を守ればいい。そうだ、あんたが俺たちを守ってくれるのか。
知らないよ。自分の身くらい自分で守るんだね。
待って。
何のよ。
私今は何もできないけど、いつか強くなってみんなを守るの。
行き場をなくした魔力が体内に滞留していたんだ。珍しい症状だね。
あれ、息が苦しくない。
手をかざして。イメージするんだ。暖かく揺れる炎を。この結晶はもらっていくよ。
私、賢者様みたいな魔法使いになれる？
それは君次第だ。昔、底抜けのバカがいてね。世界から争いをなくしたいと言って異世界の扉を開いた。
けれど結局新たな火種を作っただけだった。君みたいなのがいればゾロアも少しは報われる。
ゾロア？¿Otro de los sabios?
借りは返させてもらうよ。エンディミオン。
Y Endymion.
サンドリオン。
Endymion Rielana.
Endymion 様。
魔法都市エンディミオン。魔物であふれた世界において屈指の安全を保障する場所。治めるのは偉大な賢者の一人、神聖魔導王エンディミオンである。しかし長い平和は間もなく終わろうとしていた。古に封印されし炎の魔人が復活しようとしていたからだ。魔人の名はゾロ
ア。Zoro es el villano。
兵長、兵たちに出征の準備をさせてくれ。戦いの時は近い。はっ。
お仕事は終わりましたか、エンディミオン。
アルテミス、あいにくまだ。
ではお茶にしましょう。夫婦の時間も世界と同じくらい大切でしょ。久しぶりね。こうやって二人でゆっくりするのも。恐れているのでしょ。禁じられた谷へ。あなたがかつて封印したゾロアに再び立ち向かうことを。
当然だ。相手はかつて世界を滅ぼしかけた魔の神なのだから。
否定しないのはあなたらしいわ。
入念に準備してきた。奴に対抗するために魔法石を開発し、この国を作り上げた。私に鼓舞は必要ないよ、アルテミス。
ええ、出会った頃からあなたはそういう人だった。なんだか懐かしい。
この際だから聞いておこう。君は若き兵を死地に向かわせるこの愚かな王になぜここまで寄り添ってくれるのだ。この戦いで間違いなくほとんどの兵は帰還できない。かつての友アレイスターはもういない。私がこの手で封じたからな。サンドリオンには頼りを出したが答えてくれるかどうか。再びゾロアを倒せる可能性は、しかしやり遂げねばならん。どれほど犠牲を出そうとも。
まったくあなたって本当に不器用なんだから。すぐにそうやって自分を悪者みたいに言って。有罪です。本 昔から変わらない。兵士たちのことが心配でつい先頭に立っちゃうところとか、友達のことをすぐにかばうところとか、表では軍備のためと嘘吹きながら魔力を持たない人間に魔法を使えるようにしてあげたいって頑張っちゃうところとか。だから私はあなたを好きになったんだけど。
アルテミス、
一人で行くつもりでしょう。ゾロはかつての友のもとに兵たちに戦いの準備をさせているのも、自身が不在の間に国を守らせるためなのでしょ。
女神に隠し事はできないな。
ええ、お見通しです。あなたをずっとそばで見てきたんだもの。私に心配させたくなかったの？
いや、軽蔑されたくなかったのだ。あまりに非効率な、ただのわがままを通そうとしている。世界を危険にさらそうとしているんだ。許されることではない。
かつてあなたたちは異界の扉を開いて世界を魔力で満たした。それは良いことばかりではなかったかもしれないけど、私はあなたに出会えたわ。綺麗な空しか知らなかった私に土の安らぎを教えてくれた。あなたが世界を救ったんだもの。一度ならわがままを言う権利はあるわね。
ありがとう、
アルテミス。
アルテミス。この町に住むすべての民よ、聞いてほしい。間もなく魔人の封印は解かれる。奴が復活すれば世界は混沌に逆戻り。故に兵たちに命じる。皆命を懸けてこの町を守護せよ。魔人の討伐には私一人で行く。これは賢者としての責務であり、私のわがままだ。君たちが背負う必要はない。どうかこの愚かな王の最後のわがままを許してほしい。必ずや魔人を倒してみせる。はっ。ありがとう。
いってらっしゃい、エンディミオン。お土産期待してます。
ああ、行ってくる。
じゃあソロ
後を頼む、友よ。新たな火種を作っ、珍しい少女を作っただけだった。君みたいなのがいればゾロアも少しは報われるかもね。借りは返させてもらうよ。エンディミオン、サンドリオン。
サンドリオン。サンドリオン。Tiene que ver eso. Sandorio. Sandorio. De Yola. Sandorio. Sandarín. Bueno, todavía no. ¿Qué pedo? Ya tardó esta mierda. Todavía no se resume. Seguimos un máster. Sandarín. Endymion. Ya, pierdo. ¿Qué pedo con esas manos culeras del boss?
Hello, everyone.
Ya. No, no le alcance la piel.
Round number 13? Yeah. Round number 13 here at the French National Championships is about to begin. And we have some pretty big names on the stage, if I saw that correctly. I'm not sure who's on the main and who's on the backup feature match, but I do think... I don't want to promise too soon because I was wrong earlier, but I think the main feature match is Gabriel Susi versus Tim Grefe.
Yeah.
So those are two people currently, I think, in the top 8 of the world's points, even not just in contention for top 16, but actually in top 8 of the world's points. And they are going up against each other, and I think that is going to be our feature match for the round. And we're going to see if I'm right with that in a second. But yeah. And there they are. And it is indeed Tim Grefe on the left versus Gabriel Susi on the right. We do have Tim on Cool Tune. We saw him on a feature match against Elf Node Branded yesterday.
Yeah.
I do not know what Gabriel Susi is on.
He's on Branded.
Branded, okay.
Yeah. Also, that's by the way the wrong channel, but also
it's the right one. It's good this way. Perfect. All right, yeah, we got Cool Tune versus Branded. That feels like the story of the weekend so far. Honestly, it's so much Cool Tune, so much Branded, doing well. We see an 8 from Gabriel Susi, and we counter with a 5 from Tim, I believe. So that will be Gabriel Susi going first. For both of these players, it is basically a bubble match.
Yeah.
They do need to win the remaining 3 rounds for a chance at making top 8. So the loser of this is still in contention for some world points, but no longer in contention for top 8. And we see a Radiant division.
They're both, like, this game is like even higher stakes because I think whoever wins this game, the worst possible record would be 11-4, and that would probably get you some world points. So I would say whoever wins this is 11-4.
Yeah, probably.
KTS campo de Cyrus.
We see Vision, we see Called by, and to this part for Vision, I think was a branded. We see Gabriel Susi on a version of the deck with a lot of quick play spell cards. Oh, and
that's
there seems to be something happening with the feature match camera. Hold on a second while they're trying to fix that in the background. Oh, I think we are. Hold up.
Thought that was Dark Hole.
I think we're back. I think we are back. Okay, we see Branded Sword being the send for Albion the Shrouded Dragon. And then we have Branded in High Spirit chained to that. So the Albion is not actually going to go to the bottom of the deck. It's going to go to the graveyard if we decide to discard it here. Yeah, and that's Titaniclad.
Very strong opener.
Titaniclad making its way into the graveyard, and then Branded in High Spirits resolves. Yeah, that should be good for Gabriel Susi here. It's funny how you can already say like Branded is in a good spot to win this game, even though they have 0 cards on the field. It's just like we have all the setup in the graveyard, so yeah. Alright, here's Blazing Cartesia. And Fallen of the White Dragon.
Yeah.
Sending Dogma. Special summon Fallen of the White Dragon. Try to access Ecclesia with it. No Fualos is activated either.
Yeah, very promising for Gabriel Susi here.
Yeah. And here's the Ecclesia. Now, Branded Sword can add back a banished Branded card, or a card that mentions Albaz. I think Monster that mentions Albaz. So, at some point, if we get anything banished, we could... I mean, we could go, like, Cartesia Effect and make, like, Albion. But choosing not to make the Synchro 8 here is interesting.
Harmonia.
And there's Fedralis Harmonia.
Could be very good here.
That is good. The question is, what do you pop? Because if you pop the Cartesia, then you can still make Albion with Albaz plus Ecclesia. Or you can pop the Albaz, but then you can still make Grand Guignol with the Cartesia. And we actually, oh, you know what? You can actually use the Ecclesia here, bring out another Albaz, and then you have 2 Albaz, and then there's no way for the Fedralis to get rid of both Albazes. So you can definitely fuse into an Albaz fusion here, and that's what Gabriel Susi decides to do. Brings out a Fallen of Albaz here with the Ecclesia, and I think your best bet here is to now pop the Cartesia to force your opponent into a Albaz fusion and not the... just don't give your opponent the option, basically, because if you give them the option, they have more options. And if you... Also, the Cartesia is the only light monster on the field right now, so this would force a Lubellion instead of a Albion, which is good because that needs to discard. And also, it doesn't banish for the sword. So we do have to go for Lubellion here. Discard the last card in hand. It's another copy of Branded Opening. And now it is resolving, but that is actually not that good. But this is potentially better into Fedralis Harmonia than if we had just made the level 8 Synchro, I think. That was maybe the idea for Gabriel.
The graveyard is just so full of...
The graveyard is full of triggers in the end phase. Yeah, we can go Titaniclad, summon Quem. The Dogma adds Fallen into Virtuous. Fallen into Virtuous, send Albion, pop the Harmonia.
They have Pegasus.
But that triggers the Pegasus.
So maybe you pop one of your own cards?
Could pop one of your own cards, then trigger the Quem. Right? Bring back the Cartesia and stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
Or even bring back Albaz. If you draw us a light, right?
No, dark.
Dark.
Well, yeah, I mean, this could have made a Mirror Jade or Grand Guignol, honestly. We can Grand, because I don't think we've normal summoned, right? It was special summon Cartesia and use Fallen of White. So we can go Branded Sword, add back Cartesia, and normal summon that too.
I just know this is going to be a long game.
Yeah. I mean, this is the setup for Grand Guignol, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, we do change our minds. We go for a Mirror Jade instead. Yeah, here's Mirror Jade. Branded Sword, add back Albaz. Yeah, I think end phase we're trying to summon Quem, then triggered the Quem somehow to bring back the Cartesia from the graveyard. And that's good because we now have Albaz in hand again, so the Cartesia threatens like all of the fusions on the opponent's turn. The biggest downside is, like you said, we can't really use Fallen into Virtuous to pop the Harmonia.
Actually, never mind.
Good point.
Never mind.
We can't really go Fallen to pop the Harmonia because of the Wind Pegasus in graveyard. That's really annoying.
Pegasus shuffles back, right?
Pegasus does shuffle, so the Mirror Jade is just gone then, yeah. But I mean, you can just go Titanic Lad, summon Quem, and then use Mirror Jade to send Albion to banish the Harmonia that way, and that does not trigger the Pegasus. And we do play Mercurier. Oh, now we can do that. Because now we could Mercurier the Wind Pegasus.
But do we really care that much about the
Fedralis?
Yeah, I think it's more about
it's not about caring about that.
It's your own that you can send Albion, right?
You want to send Albion to trigger Quem and use its effect.
Yeah. And so that also gets you to another
Fallen or Retribution. Yeah,
pretty good setup. Pretty good.
It is a really good setup. I'm actually surprised we set Fallen and not Retribution. I think Retribution was really good here. Maybe we don't play Retribution?
Surely we do, right?
I haven't seen a list without Retribution yet, but I'm just thinking like against like just Cool Tune with 4 cards in hand, I think Retribution is really strong because you just prevent like dodging with Cool Tune Synchro and stuff like that, and you prevent Q as the best normal summon. Okay. So the plan here, since the Mirror Jade has been used, is probably to combine the Mirror Jade with the Albaz in hand when you activate Cartesia, to then bring it back with Quem, which is really good. Synchro Overtake. That's a good card to use Retribution on.
Yeah.
And it does resolve. That's the one thing that Tim knows, because I think every
Revelar del extra hace que Quem trigger.
We know there's no non-engine to play around. No Ashes, no Drolls, nothing you have to respect in that regard. So we're just going to summon Rico with the Overtake. And that is going to get hit with the Mercurier. And now, do we do anything on resolution of this? Do we try to remove the body off the board?
I think we should, right?
Yeah, but popping it with the Fallen into Virtuous is not great, I don't think, because that triggers the Wind Pegasus. So we have to use the Cartesia here. We're just basically trying to reset the Mirror Jade, I think. Trying to reset the Mirror Jade to then banish the Rico with the Mirror Jade. Yeah.
That also feels weird, right? Because that wasn't the normal summon.
Yeah, but they're just slowly but surely running out of cards, and you just have a full board still with so much follow-up. So I think basically what Gabriel is trying to do is just use the Fallen into Virtuous as the last interruption.
Yeah.
That way, you don't care if the Wind Pegasus triggers after. Like, you just don't want to use it now, and then the Wind Pegasus forces another one of your interruptions.
And then they can play. You don't want that,
he makes Chaos here, though. Because if you activate Chaos here, what I'm thinking is the Wind Pegasus just forces the Mirror Jade. Or the Fallen. Okay. But Tim forgot to activate the Wind Pegasus. Okay, there's no way you shouldn't. You should definitely activate the Wind Pegasus. I think they both forgot about it. That is a great answer to the Mirror Jade.
Yeah.
What better can you have? You could have just shuffled it to the deck right now.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah, now, honestly, I don't think there are cards, and like you can't even make up a hand right now for Tim that wins this game.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think there is enough to break through Mirror Jade plus Fallen now.
Yeah, you just could even just You could just let him go synchro summon. can't do an additional normal summon. He can. Never mind.
Yeah. This is the regular normal summon now.
Why we could have? Why didn't we pop the JJ
with Fallen?
Yeah.
Once again, that triggers the Wind Pegasus. I think.
Then we chain Mirror Jade on mix, and then
no. When the JJ is activated, they don't have mix yet. And when you let the mix be summoned, then they still have a normal summon.
So the mix was on board, no?
Yeah, but the mix used the extra normal summon from the JJ. So they still have a normal summon for the queue anyways. Even if the JJ leaves the field now, it's already too late. They already used the extra normal summon. Okay, interesting game. I think they both forgot collectively about the Pegasus. So ultimately, I think Gabriel had a way to play around the Pegasus. So he should have won anyways if he took that route. But then Tim also forgot about the Wind Pegasus, so it cancels out. So it's a minus times minus equals plus situation.
And
it's still K on Julian going strong here on the left.
No han cambiado la Julian Quijon.
Could have made Dogma to shuffle the Pegasus back too. Yeah, there was definitely ways around it. Weird but interesting way to play around the Fedralis in turn 1. I like Gabriel's turn 1 a lot. I think the play on turn 1 was really clean. That was really nice, because I also think like a lot of people, myself included, my first instinct was go for the level 8 Synchro, and I think that would have been really bad into Fedralis, whereas the play that he made was really good into Fedralis. So I like that. I like that turn 1 a lot. I like that play turn 1 a lot. I'm not a big fan of the Chaos on the opponent's turn there. I think the Chaos into the Pegasus, when you like expose your Mirror Jade to it, I think that was not ideal.
He could have just not used Quem, right? But then we just shuffle back to Quem and then yeah. Yeah, Tim with his back against the wall now. Losing game 1 against Brandon is always tough because
it's a hard deck to win 2 games against, because there is like already a relatively long game 1 here, and now you got to win both games, and you're not going to just get a free win going first most of the time. I mean, it can happen, of course, but usually you're going to have to grind it out.
Tim G.
Yeah, now it's Tim.
Cambiaron, ya no dice Julian.
All right, and for both of these players, this is basically the match that if they lose, they can't make top 8 anymore.
You know what they said? I could read your lips.
What'd they say?
That if the chat has a Prime subscribe available,
dude, okay, dude.
make sure to use it on this channel.
Hey. All right, well, let's see if it goes better in game 2 for Tim. Going first with Cool Tune. Really strong deck going first, but I do think that Gabriel is going to have a good chance here, because we saw him on Radiant Typhoon Vision, which to me indicates a lot of powerful quick play spell board breakers, which are really good against Cool Tune. So we'll see. Tim was on stream yesterday. Yeah, we saw Tim. I think it was round 9 yesterday.
Backup feature though, right?
No, it was the Elf Node.
You're right.
Match.
You're right. He was also on backup feature against Triff.
Yes, but we didn't get to see that one because the main feature match took too long.
Fallen Droplet.
All right, we see Q resolving, summoning Fedralis Harmonia. I think that is a Visas line, probably.
Which against Brand is especially really good, because like there are sometimes just 1 or 2 spells that like really mess you up. For example, forbidden droplet that you usually can't respond to if they negate discard a monster and a spell. But if you have a trap for that, it's really good.
Yeah, the searchable Manadium reframing probably coming into play here. But first, we are going to take a look at Gabriel Susi's hand here.
Droplet,
and that
Fallen,
is Vision, Fallen, Double Droplet, and Ecclesia. Not the best, not the worst, I would say.
The Vision is always scary to see as a cool
Unironically, I think Vision is the negate here for the Manadium reframe. Yeah. Because like you can calculate what the rest of the hand can do, but when Vision resolves, it just creates two cards that you have no idea what they are. It even discards a duplicate Forbidden Droplet, so it makes the hand quality a lot better. And here, once again, like there's literally one engine card in Gabriel Susi's hand right now, which is the Ecclesia. I mean, I guess Fallen at the Virtues kind of counts as an engine card. But if you just, I mean, you don't want to give him Super Poly, though.
If you can play around it, maybe you can, no? But that always requires...
Auto shutdown initiated. Auto shutdown cancelled. Mic on, mic off.
You know, there would be options to play around to Super Poly, but I would just make it myself easier.
Not give him Super Poly.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we can talk about the third option, which is technically give him the mystery draw.
I think that's risky, though.
I think that's better than giving him Albion, because Albion is basically a mystery draw plus a Foolish.
It's definitely not Albion. Like, I think
Tiene High Spirit,
banish the Albion, or like you put it under
No,
the
era Droplet, Fallen, Ecclesia, Vision.
Yeah, probably under the deck.
Oh. We give Albion to the top. Okay. Interesting. Is that really better than just having them draw a random card right off the bat?
I mean, it depends on.
It makes sense if he's got Rolling Lockbird. I do agree. If we force them to use like an upstart Goblin, quote unquote, it does make sense if we have a Rolling Lockbird in hand. But like other than that, I feel like this is just better than a random draw if it resolves. I mean, you can negate it with something like Zaylan. You can't negate the draw phase with Zaylan, so maybe.
But I have
ways to stop the Zaylan. Yeah.
Yeah, Albion is basically a draw and a Foolish. And if you don't want him to draw, you could just negate the card that he draws instead.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, you don't know. Maybe there's an Ash Blossom in Tim's hand as well, and he's just planning to Ash the Albion. Which is fair enough, I guess. It's so funny that, like, with Cool Tune, sometimes it's just correct to, like, Ash Upstart Goblin.
Yeah.
Like, I've been there as well. I've had games where it's like, yeah, I can deal with the rest in your hand. I know what's there. Like, let me just Ash this card that I don't know about what it's going to draw, so I'll
Yeah, this combo is really cool.
So we summon the Fedralis just to get more levels onto the board, pretty much. And then we summon Visas, and that's going to give us Manadium reframing. And you can add Fedralis Harmonia back with Remix, right?
Yeah.
Or does it have a level restriction?
No, that's really strong against
Branded too, right? Because it stops the Albaz.
It just has non-synchro tuner.
Oh, 3 face downs, Visas, Trackmaker, and Remix. That is a really strong opener for Tim. And I honestly, I have my doubts that Gabriel's hand beats that, even though it did have Droplet. But I don't know if Droplet alone is good enough here, because reframing can just negate it. We cannot send a trap for it. And we do immediately activate the Remix. Gabriel Susi does not want to use turn player priority to activate Droplet. Add back Harmonia. Potentially special Rico search clip.
Yeah.
Could see that being the case. Special Rico, yep. Will playing reframing be optimal in Master Duel? I think only if people play a lot of board breakers. Yeah. Once we get Fedralis, you could consider it, but only if people are like, if you run into a lot of decks with power spells.
I don't even know how good the line is without Fedralis.
See that being the case. fun. But only if people are like, if you run into a lot of decks with towers. Will playing reframing be optimal in Master Duel? I think only if people play a lot of board breakers. Yeah. Once we get Federalists, you could consider it, but only if people are like, if you run into a lot of decks with power spells.
I don't even know how good the line is without Federalists, because
it's really hard. You waste a lot of material. We reframing the Albion, which is crazy. But now there's vision to draw. I think that means Ash Blossom, right? That has to mean Ash Blossom.
Yeah.
There's no way you negate. Yeah, there's no way you negate the draw 1 if you're then gonna let the draw 2 resolve. Well, yeah, and it's Gabriel Susi going second into basically 2 negations already with Ash and reframing. And the engine can still put up other ones as well. We can still make RS, we can still make Zalen. So I mean, the only play that Gabriel has at the moment is the Ecclesia. We can potentially enter in a grind game with the Fallen and the Virtuous, but I'm not sure how promising that is. I feel like you try a little bit, see where it goes, but ultimately I think probably best to go to game 3 quickly here to make sure you have the maximum amount of time for that.
Call by.
Ecclesia does resolve. And we go for the Fallen of the White Dragon. And that is looking like it's grabbing a second Ecclesia from the deck here. Yep, there it is.
Si es Harmonia que pasaba.
This Ecclesia can no longer tag out, so I don't actually hate using Cool Tune Synchro here to make RS and using Mix to destroy it, or the Albaz. Because like, what else is Gabriel gonna do?
Yeah. I feel like there's an accusation set that we maybe still hold.
There's no way to win if there's accusation.
I mean, it should be at least one synchro. Cool Tune Synchro set.
Yeah.
And we also have the clip.
And we even get Gabriel here to use the battle phase, which is even better for Tim. Could chain Fallen into here to destroy the Rico or the Track Maker? But I don't know.
I guess I could just go into loudness then, maybe.
Yeah, you just can't cut them off of it because they got 2 monsters on the field already that can make a synchro. We actually make Loudness War to play around the Fallen and the Virtuous. And we can also use the Track Maker to bounce the Ecclesia, since it was already special summoned this turn. I think you'd have to spend your normal summon on it if you want to get it to the field.
I think you can still special it.
Oh, is it not once per turn, special Ecclesia?
I don't think so.
Either way, I mean, special summon, it doesn't do much.
The Rico stays on board, which is important here, I guess.
Yeah, and Gabriel doesn't have a normal summon in hand anyways. Gabriel considering his options, but I really don't know. I don't think you have much going on for you right now. I feel like there's no way to stop Tim from going for game next turn. We droplet away the Ecclesia here. But what was the target for Mix? Was it Ecclesia?
That would be really bad for Tim. I think it's Accusation.
Accusation is funny because it's going to take both. No, it's not. Fallen. I think it's just the go next angle. I think it really is.
Would also save some time.
I mean, you do get some follow-up in the end phase. You have Branded in High Spirits. You have Fallen into Virtuous.
Hold up.
Yeah.
You can I mean, you can out the board. I don't know how great that is.
How do you out the board?
You fall in the field spell, send Titanic Led Special Albas.
And then?
Use Albas effect?
Sure.
Y la armonía que tiene en la mano.
Or you fall in the loudness right now because it's negated.
But they have Harmonia in hand.
They have Harmonia.
Yeah, you can't beat the Harmonia with Albaz.
Yeah. It's up. Yeah.
I really don't see it. I do not see how. But apparently Gabriel Susi sees a way. I mean, that's the weird thing with Branded. Whenever you play into a board, you always know if this goes to the long game, you win. So you just have to find a way to get there.
Tim could have special clip in main phase 2, no? I know he probably used the fall in the end phase. Yeah, never mind. Because if he didn't,
I think it's the end phase.
Yeah, he could have used clip, make back to back, and then get some advantage.
I mean, here's the thing, right? We have Fallen, send Rindbrum, and that puts up some level of interruptions on the opponent's turn, but nowhere near enough, especially against the Harmonia.
Yeah, and the second Fallen.
Oh. I don't get it. Why are we not going into a quick game 3? Because this could take a while with Branded going first again.
Yeah.
I do not fully understand.
And I mean, obviously, you never want double lose, but I think in this moment, for both players, especially with the playoff in mind,
I don't think it matters that much for them. Like even here, I think it's better for them to just take a loss because tiebreakers for yourself.
Yeah.
Because they're both in a position where as long as they get some points, they're fine.
Yeah.
They don't have to overtake each other. Here's the Rindbrum. I think this all makes sense except for the fact that we know Harmonia is in hand. If we didn't know that Harmonia was in hand, I'd be like, okay, sure, yeah, go for it. Try to outgrind. Maybe the Rindbrum interruption here is good enough. But because we know that there's a Harmonia added back to the hand with Remix last turn, I don't see where this is going.
Yeah. I don't think Gabe forgot about Harmonia.
Unironically, I think he may have.
But he also added the another Fallen. That also does the job.
There is no way to chain block the Albaz. No, not that I'm aware of. Also, Tim does have another Fallen into Virtuous, and Gabriel definitely knows about that one.
Yeah.
So there's two ways to counter the Albaz here.
Yeah, they can even special loudness, theoretically.
Yeah, the third counter.
Yeah.
The third counter to the Albaz.
And then you make Zalen, and then you have Zalen loudness, which also always works.
No, pues invocas mix estaría roto.
I mean, I think both players know both cards or all the cards in Gabriel's hand, so they know there's nothing happening there. Yeah, it's just impossible for Tim to throw this one, I feel. Like, there's what
never
could possibly
never
happen?
Say
okay.
never.
All right.
I could walk to the stage, jump on the table, and then the game is over. If Triff loses in the final, I'll probably do that.
This game was over like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Unironically.
Back to back y ya. Pues batalla, ¿no? Ah, salen.
And you're not drawing a play next turn either. Tim, attack! Tim! I mean, I guess the thing with Cool Tune is always like game 3 could be really fast if you just draw Ash, Veiler, Bell or something. There's always a chance it goes by fast.
Yeah, but you always would want to finish the game in time no matter what, right? Like, it's in both players' interest.
Yeah. We just activated Rindrum. Bring back Remix. This adds more damage. This adds like 10,000 points of damage to the Cool Tune player's end board. Okay,
look,
now
Tim won the game.
Gabriel Susi concedes. And Tim wins the game. And we have, what was it, 18 minutes left?
Se pudo haber guardado.
Shuffle, it should be around 15. Yeah. But we could have had like 10 more minutes there, I feel like. But it is, I mean, we're going to see if it comes back to bite them. Maybe it's not an issue. We'll see.
Le estaba haciendo mucho disrespect al rival.
All right. I mean, dude, we have to talk about this again, I feel like, because Branded has been so performing so well at this tournament. What do you do to counter Branded at this point?
I think there are two options. I like one option more than the other. I feel like your best bet is just to stop that deck completely from, like...
How, though? How do you stop the deck?
You need, like, 3 hand traps, like 3 high-quality hand traps.
Yeah, but even then, which ones? Like, if they start falling off the White Dragon, what do you have?
If they have...
like, Veiler Ash for just that one card?
If they hard draw Fallen, it's all, like, White, it's almost... it's over.
There's no way that's... Nah, there's definitely ways to counter that. There's got to be ways.
I mean, you can play cards like Ogre, Fallen, and the Virtuous, Harmonia to, like, even if your opponent sets up a board that you can play into that board. Because most of the time, as the Cool Tune player, what always, like, really gets you is the Fallen of Albus that, like, fusions away 2 bodies.
Right.
So you either try to stop that and just have an engine-heavy hand, or, like, even breakers, maybe, I don't know. Or you just try to stop them completely. That's the approach that I tried for a while, but that didn't work out that well, so maybe it's the other one.
Yeah, I mean, I think cards like Harmonia and cards like Ghost Ogre onto the Fallen of Albaz fuse effect on your turn is nice. It's not going to win the game on its own, though.
Yeah, you need a good hand.
Because Tim is also playing Fallen into Virtuous, which is another great way of doing that, right? You just like, I mean, of course, Fallen into Virtuous is a little bit odd because it excels in a grind game, and that's like something where are you really gonna beat Branded in a grind game? Probably not. But still, I mean, it still kind of works like Ghost Ogre, where if you draw it, you can just use it as an immediate out to the Fallen of Albaz.
And you can special summon it off queue if your hand is good. So your normal queue special.
Ghost Ogre, yeah, that's neat sometimes.
It is difficult though.
Yeah, definitely is. I think Fuwa is good for this matchup because you just let the Albaz resolve and you get a couple of draws, and it's a lot harder for them to fully set up.
It could be Fuwa, yeah.
I think combining cards like Fuwa with
Fuwa is also good as your top deck.
Yes, and also all of the half boards, like when you go for that Albaz on the opponent's turn, like that basically Fuwa pairs really well with cards like Ghost Ogre.
Yeah.
Because it's like, hey, Fuwa them on their turn. Usually they make a half board. That half board relies on fusing with Albaz even more.
Yeah.
And then you have like Ghost Ogre for that. I see that. It's just not as consistent because it's like if you don't draw Fuwa or they have Ash for it, then it's gonna fall apart really quickly.
Yeah, but if they have like a half board plus hand traps, then it probably is really tough anyway, right?
Yeah. All right, game 3.
I think as the Kultium player, you really don't want your opponent to open Fallen of the White or like.
Okay, sure.
I mean, any deck probably. That card is so good. That card does so much on its own.
And I think Gabriel Susi did not open it here in this game 3. I do see a fusion deployment. Interesting.
I haven't seen that card that can special summon Fallen of the White.
It can, but it locks you into fusions. It's like branded fusion. You can only summon fusions for the entire turn. So normal summon Quem, really not ideal. Tim still decides to hit it with an infinite impermanence here, stopping the send. I mistaken arrest. And we have fusion deployment, and Tim nods. No way to stop that. So I was assuming we we reveal Grand Guignol here to summon Cartesia. Because summoning Fallen of White here doesn't seem great.
Sí, claro que está bien porque tienes protección en mano, le invocas y ya funciona.
This is it's funny because this is like a branded opener from like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
This is what you would do. Fusion deployment for Cartesia. This is some back to the roots.
I haven't seen that card. I've seen the synchro version of that card a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, this is synchro overtake but for fusions.
Yeah.
Yeah, could have activated that first to protect the Quem from Imperm potentially. Could have chained the Cartesia to the Imperm. But I do think like the relevant effect of Quem in this scenario is the revive effect, not the send. So I actually I think Gabriel wanted to send something and then make Grand Guignol without the Quem and then revive that, but that also doesn't work now.
Oh, he goes for Albaz.
Goes for Albaz. Okay.
I think they just got some time added.
Did they?
It's 40 minutes again.
I didn't pay attention to the clock. Maybe there was a time extension given for a slow play warning in a previous game. I don't know.
Could be, yeah.
2 minutes were added. Okay. All right, but now you are locked into fusions, and currently I do not see a way to fuse.
¿Cartesia no la tenía en la mano?
Ah, mistaken arrest. That hurts so much. And we pass no back row. This is literally just Ecclesia as a disruption, pretty much.
But it's very vulnerable.
But mistaken arrest is here, and so Tim is on 5 cards in hand. Q is the best one. That is the best one to have against mistaken arrest. This is also the only one that does anything on its own. And now here's the thing, right? After this summon of, I think it's going to be Mix, we're going to go Ecclesia effect. And if we then have Ghost Ogre or Harmonia, then we're talking. Oh, it's Rico. Maybe we mix in hand? I mean, I think Gabriel is going to fire off the Ecclesia here, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
So here, Ash, Ghost Ogre, Fallen and the Virtuous, Harmonia.
So many cards.
So many ways to answer this Albaz, and everything depends on it. Albaz discards a second copy of Ecclesia, and Tim...
Please have something.
Has Fallen and the Virtuous. Okay, and this is massive. It's going to trigger the Quem.
Yeah.
But the Quem does not revive anything meaningful here. There's nothing it can revive. There's nothing it can... I mean, it can revive Ecclesia or Albaz.
But
they both have used their effects already, so that's kind of pointless. So Anti-Albion is also going to create follow-up for Tim in the end phase. A little... Even though it's a small disruption, it is a disruption for the next turn. The thing is, we still are under mistaken arrest, so we can't really... pull off like the full combo here. It does depend a little bit on what's in hand. He has to have Mix in hand, right? Otherwise, there's no way you summon RS here. There's no way you summon Rico to make to just make what Loudness War with those two. That doesn't make sense. He has to be holding a Mix.
And no fusion hit Gabriel's graveyard this turn, so nothing comes back if it's destroyed this turn, which means that if we also queue, look at the top deck and there's like a card doesn't play.
But I don't think he can out the entire board. Actually, Mix does it.
Yeah, Mix pops one. Rico is 16.
15. You have to trade with the Quem, I guess. There's Mix. Wait, but Q is smaller. Wants to make...
Sí, porque hay o sea, no. RS tal vez. No, pero es mejor like, remix, ¿no?
I don't dislike RS here.
But you can just make remix with the Q.
It's probably better, yeah.
Look at the top deck, and then still make RS by tagging out the remix.
Yeah.
Why we... So we make remix anyways, but we just use the stronger monster, and we don't get Q.
Maybe there is another Rico in hand? I don't know. No?
Le pegas a la clase, le pegas a la clase.
I don't get it. Why would you not want to resolve Q here?
Sí, era resolver Q y ver el tope.
Why would you not want to resolve Q? Okay, so what was the last card in Gabriel's hand?
I don't remember.
I know we opened 2 Ecclesias.
It's an Ecclesia then, no?
No, we discarded it for Albaz. 2 Ecclesia, Quem, Mistaken Arrest. Is it Mercurier?
I'm just thinking about cards that don't play. So it could be Mercurier, yeah.
The last card in hand is Mercurier. Okay, so Gabriel Susi is down to a top deck. We don't know what he's going to draw. Also, Mistaken Arrest until the end of his turn, right?
I think it's... You can search again. Because he used it on his turn?
Yeah, but it says until the end of your next turn. Mistaken Arrest is still active, yeah. Oh. So there's even less top decks for Gabriel Susi. Did Tim resolve Albion in the end phase? Or
he
was
did, yeah,
that
that's
set from
face down.
Okay. So they're both under Mistaken Arrest still.
I mean, if you top deck Spread Infusion, he loses.
To RS.
Yeah. I think you... Yeah.
I'm so confused by the not using the Q last turn. Destroy the wall, Fallen of White.
I can't think of any card here. Can you?
Super Poly, and then no follow-up in hand.
Dio turno.
Right? But I think I just saw a pass. I mean, even then, like, no follow-up in hand in general. Yeah, no, that's GG.
Yeah,
all right.
Wins.
And Gabriel Susi, it was a spell. I didn't see what it was, but maybe like Thrust or something. Actually, Thrust was live, but it would have been negated anyways. And Tim Grefe wins this game going second through Mistaken Arrest. Because it's funny, because it was exactly what we talked about before the game. It was like a half board met with an out to Fallen of Albaz on your turn, paired with a solid engine hand, was able to beat Branded going second. Q was important. Yeah, Q was very important.
Whilst I'm really happy for Tim, I'm also sad about Gabriel losing.
Yeah?
But that's Yu-Gi-Oh! For you.
And I like watching this matchup because it feels like there's always a lot of decisions being made. It's very rare that you just look at your opponent's hand when they play Branded.
Maybe
you're like,
oh yeah, I can just do this, pero no seguro nada. Gracias a los que llegaron hasta el final. Los que estuvieron igual desde el inicio, igual. Muchas gracias. Pues ahí, si me ven conectado, pues ahí los esperamos al rato. Si no, pues nos vemos en 3 semanas. Así que dejamos el segundo stream, entre comillas, por así decir, porque hicimos stream de casi 12 horas. No, 10 horas. Dividido en 2 partes. Así que no olviden suscribirse, darle like, comprar los videos y hasta la próxima.